things and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Hello, Falcon Paladin. We're here, we're late, but we're here.
We're here, and that's what matters, I always say.
It's true.
One of my most famous phrases. We're here, and that's what matters.
What's the origin of that phrase? Like, it's one of your famous ones, obviously, but where did it get famous, you know?
Well, it just came from us constantly being late to start the podcast, and then it just, I said that a lot, and it got picked up by the national media, and T-shirts were made and stuff, and it just kind of took off from there. So that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here, and that's what matters. It should be name of the pod this week.
That's definitely one thing that I miss about just doing the audio podcast is getting to edit it and then giving it a silly title. Because now I'm just like, do the number, make sure the book's in it. I don't really have the number count left to be like, and this one's the president called us to crazy bastards for not being on time. Some stupid name like that. Or, there's no real word count for it, unfortunately. But maybe I'll start putting it in the description. I mean, like, the clickbait title would have been this.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun. Fun little flavor. I like that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that.
So I got to tell a story. I think I already told you this, but like $109 charge showed up on my credit card statement from Microsoft last week.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird. And so I searched and I searched and I searched, and my Microsoft account doesn't even have an active credit card or any form of payment. So they couldn't have charged me from there. So I'm like, did the kids do this somehow using my credit card? And they're like, no. They haven't been, like, Minecraft is owned by Microsoft. So sometimes Minecraft charges show up as Microsoft. But they're like, no, I haven't played Minecraft in like 6 months at this point. It's okay. Fair enough. So yeah, I'm looking for it. And what I do find, I search $109 Microsoft. And the first thing that comes up, it says, that's an annual subscription to Microsoft 365. And I'm like, weird. And other people are reporting this. They're like, I've got this amount charged to Microsoft. What is it? And people are like, that's an annual subscription to Microsoft Office 365.
So
I'm like,
I just started typing $109 Microsoft, and it auto-completed to Microsoft charge. Like, people, this is apparently a thing a lot of people have to deal with.
But, okay, credit card fraud, big problem. I understand this. Yes, people steal credit card numbers. They go on shopping sprees at Walmarts, at liquor stores. They sometimes try to buy, like, gas with it. I've seen that. I have never in my life heard of someone be like, yeah, I had a fraudulent credit card charge for Office 365, an annual subscription. Who? Like, what the hell?
Well, they needed Excel so they could map out all their other fraud with all the other cards. Like, oh man, we just bought this list of hacked accounts and emails and passwords and stuff off the dark web, but we can't open it because we don't have Excel.
First step. But again, if it was that and $100 at the liquor store, I'd be like, okay, I get it. Fine. They're just using it for whatever. But that's all it was. And the other thing is, I don't know. Maybe it's some company in another country who's like, the way they get these products for their employees is they steal credit card numbers and then only do the one annual subscription to Microsoft Office 365 and then hope it doesn't get noticed, right? Because if you run up like 17 charges on the credit card, then people are like, oh, what the hell is this?
Right.
But if it's one thing, then there's a much better chance that the person who owns the card just ignores it or doesn't see it or doesn't notice it. And then you've got Microsoft Office 365 for your employees. And it's just happening all the time. And that's why we keep seeing it. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to know if what Microsoft does with the information that's fraud. If they go, hey, let's look at see where this payment was processed. Like the request came from Texas or India or who knows where.
And I reported it to Microsoft, and they're just like, I don't know, report a fraudulent charge of your credit card, man. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, all right, cool, fine. I'll get a new card.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to be like, can you tell me anything about where this happened? But I don't know. They don't want to give that out, so
No.
they're not going to.
No.
Yeah. So stupid. Anyway, that was exciting. As exciting as things get.
Oh, you want exciting? I woke up this morning and I was, just on my phone, going to the bathroom, and one of the things that I like to do in the morning is I do Wordle, right?
Yeah,
The
of course.
famous game Wordle. And I opened up a internet tab on my phone, and it just defaults my homepage as Google, so it tells me what the trending searches are. And normally I don't care, like Apple iPhone is currently trending. Today, Wordle hints trending. You don't need hints, today's easy. Start with the word dream. It worked for me and I got it in 3. But another one was at this early morning, Samsung shuts down messaging app. So their
First question. Samsung has a messaging app?
Yeah. So I have a Samsung phone, and I use the default messaging app. It's just how my texts go, right?
Yeah, okay. I guess Google has also a texting app. They just call messages. So I guess it's just that concept. Okay,
Which
got
is
it.
what I have to use now, because apparently they're shutting down their own, and they're telling people, go to Google.
Oh, amazing. All right.
Yeah, so that's kind of annoying. It doesn't look as nice. It has less options for customization. And I am sad that I've now required to use this. It also automatically tried to link my phone number with my Google account, right? Which Google probably already has my phone number. But it was like, hey, how do you want to be displayed in your text messages? And I'm like, well, this is my phone number. I don't need to come out with my gamer tag, because my Google account says Somicron. It doesn't say my legal name. And I don't want my work people to be like, oh, my contact information for this person suddenly updated to include all this information that they don't know.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So what happened?
I am able to run it without an account linked, so I did that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad that was solved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing here is that Google consistently drops their own products and stops having them.
Yeah.
So it'd be really funny if next week Google's like, no more messages, and you're like,
Right. I mean, messaging, I don't understand when my phone became a thing that can send text messages to it has an app that can send text messages, When did that happen?
I know. It should have one.
Yeah,
it should have a default messages app.
It did. Samsung was it was called the Samsung messaging app.
That's yeah. So I don't know. What will you do if that happens? Are there other third-party? I guess
I assume there are third-party options. Google
can WhatsApp just do texts? I wonder.
Possibly, but I don't want to get WhatsApp. Work uses WhatsApp. Like all the managers and stuff have WhatsApp groups, and they always are like, "Oh, did you see that WhatsApp message or notification from the boss?" I'm like, "No, I'm not required to have WhatsApp for work." So I can just by not having it, I can refuse to be in it.
Right, that makes sense.
Because I don't want them to have unlimited access to me all the time any more than they do. My new boss messaged me and said, "Hey, brother." I'm like, "You're my boss. You're not my brother." What are you doing? This is not a professional communication.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Okay, good luck. I sure hope Google Messages doesn't go under in, a month or something. That'd be funny, but also bad.
Don't you have a Google Pixel phone? They're probably using the same messaging service, so they go under. It's important for you too.
Yes. But I mean, less funny because I didn't just get on Google Messages. Right. I'm not a refugee on Google Messages. I've been using it for a decade, so it's whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Google Messages sunset? apparently, since the Galaxy 25, Samsung Messages wasn't even coming preloaded on their own machines. They've been telling people, warning people
they've been
not to use it for a
planning on
while,
it.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's great. That's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Good times with technology in 2026. It's only going to get better from here. I'm sure of it. Ugh. I saw Iran threatening to bomb an OpenAI data center in Iran.
Okay.
Like for some reason, OpenAI has a massive data center in Iran. It's like, you guys.
Sure.
Like, you're an American company. We don't have the greatest history with that nation. This was a risk the entire time, you guys. Yeah, I was just, and like everybody on Reddit's like, ooh, yeah, do that, please, because they hate AI so much on that site.
You're muted. Did we lose you? Pull your cable out?
Turn mic on.
There we go.
Yeah.
Can hear you now.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. Okay. Anyhow, yes. Yeah. So I don't know. It was a threat. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I just thought that was interesting. I learned, right? I didn't know that there was a data center for OpenAI in Iran, of all countries.
Yeah.
Why is it there? Maybe it was the cheapest place for them to build one. Maybe they had
possible.
subsidies from the Iranian government being like, please build your data centers here.
Maybe.
Because that's a lot of the reason that people build buildings where they do and put businesses where they are, at least American companies. They're like, hey, you know, will you give us tax subsidies? Will you pay us to be here? I don't know. Yeah.
Where's it cheap? Where's the electricity cheap? You know.
Yeah.
Kind of that kind of thing.
Yep. Anyhow. AI, good stuff.
Nope.
Yeah, and I just no, it's not. Well, and Google keeps being like, here's an email. You should get a new phone. Guess what it has? AI and a better camera. And I'm like, none of these points are selling me.
No.
This is all you can do? Like, yes, it is all they can do.
Yeah. Samsung's
We've reached diminishing returns. That's all.
Yeah. Samsung's doing the same thing at their event where they unveiled the new phone. They used the word AI like 900 times, and I'm like, I don't think I need a new phone. Like, this one works fine.
No.
As long as they don't brick it, you know, intentionally to make me buy a new one. I think I'm just gonna hang on to this. I'm also
me too. I've got a.
Do you buy your phone outright, or are you on like? Did you attach it to a plan? Okay.
No, I just buy them unlocked off of Amazon. I have a Pixel 5, which came out in Wikipedia says 2020.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So in tech time, that's supposed to be super old. But you know what? I don't think it is. I think 5 years old is a fine age for a phone to be. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah. I mean, does it power off on its own once every month? Sure does. Does sometimes it's like, there's no Wi-Fi here. Yeah, that happens sometimes too. But other than that, it's great.
That's funny.
It's so dumb. Yeah, so started a new game today.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, started streaming Dying Light.
Yep.
It was kind of funny because a subscriber of mine was like, play Dying Light? And I'm like, okay, my general policy is if you want to buy it for me and I'm interested, then yeah, I'll play it on stream. What the heck?
Didn't Arky buy Deathloop for you to play on stream a while ago and you just haven't done that?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Because the important part of this process is if I want to play it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Deathloop's better than Dying Light.
That's fair. I hear you.
Deathloop is Arcane, who did Dishonored, and Dying Light just looks fuzzy to me because it has a lot of visual snow. So I stopped playing it when it was on the Xbox, when it came out in 2015.
Visual snow?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So you know, like an old TV static, right? When you had no signal.
Yeah.
it kind of looks like that, but just over the image for me. It might not be a problem on PC, but it was definitely a problem back on like the Xbox One.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it had crazy visual snow for me.
One thing I found digging through the settings of it today is that it has all these different filters you can put on it. Like there's a 1973 filter. There's like a red filter. It just puts a red filter over everything. There's a blue filter. I'm like, what? Who? What? Why? Who wanted this? Why is this in here? Yeah.
So I went to high school with a kid who had what's the thing where you can't read great?
Dyslexia?
Yeah, that's it. He had red reading glasses, so it's possible
that helped.
That helped him. So maybe a red filter or a blue filter might help people like that.
So it's like an accessibility thing. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The other thing is when no, go ahead.
No, you go first because this might annoy you that I'm going to bring up things that I thought was funny that you did while watching.
Yeah, no, we can do that for sure. But for some reason, when I'm outside in the open world, my CPU goes 100%, and I'm like, but
why?
This is a 10-year-old game. What? I'm running an i7. I'm Googling this, and I'm like, CPU 100% dying light. And it's like, I have an i3 core Intel, and the CPU's running high. And I'm like, all right, that makes sense. Fine. But I'm running an i7 that didn't exist when this game came out.
So
and it can't handle this game when I go outside.
So it's probably
no, it's not. Obviously a port. Yes. And I mean, I turned off every setting, like NVIDIA, right? Because it's in conjunction with NVIDIA, has all these settings for stuff I've never heard of. It's like every time NVIDIA is like, oh, we got tied in with a specific game. Let's add a whole new setting for this game that does a thing. So this one is NVIDIA PCSS.
PCSS.
Does it say what it is? No. There's on, there's off, and that's it. No description of what it does. I don't even know if that's exactly what the acronym is because it's so generic.
Right. I just Googled for PCSS, and it's the Porsche Center Sydney South.
NVIDIA PCSS. That's it. I got it right.
What is it?
So it says it significantly improves shadow realism by softening shadows as they move away from the casting object. It also causes a heavy performance penalty.
Okay.
It's one of the most demanding graphical options in the game and can severely reduce frame rates.
Okay.
So what is it? It makes shadows kind of more realistic. Like NVIDIA, honestly, nobody was asking for this. Nobody's like, oh man, I love this game, but boy, if the shadows were more realistic, it would be a 10 out of 10 for me.
You can see where
it's
they
just
were
back in the mid 2010s when everyone's trying for like the ultimate graphic fidelity as much as we can do, and it's a whole mess.
Yeah, I mean that's been NVIDIA's thing for a while. It was like this made shadows gooder, percentage closer soft shadows is what it stands for.
That's what it is. Okay, that's good.
But like you do this and then ray tracing, and you go, oh, I get why they wanted this. Right, great lighting and great shadows. Okay.
I guess, but both this and ray tracing take your computer and go hit it with a hammer. Like ray tracing murders my computer.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe it's PCSS. No, it's not PCSS.
Also,
I put all the graphic settings to lowest. Nothing changed.
Yeah, if PCSS is running through NVIDIA, it'd be running through your graphics card, not your CPU. So it wouldn't be spiking.
Okay, fair. Yeah. And yeah, my GPU's like 50%. Everything's cool over here, which makes sense.
Yeah. I genuinely think zombie games are just always going to be very taxing. Like, what was the zombie game on the 360? It's a big, famous franchise that everyone loved. It wasn't like Dead Rising.
Dead Island.
Dead
Rising.
Yeah.
How many zombie games are there? 5,000.
Oh, yeah, right. For sure. But it was known for causing red rings because it just had so many like individual models moving on screen, right?
What?
Yeah, so just
the game would cause physical hardware permanent failure.
Yeah. So a lot of the red rings, what it was just like the CPU overheating and like melting off the thermal paste or whatever. And so if it worked hard enough,
what a piece of shit console.
Yeah. Well, what a piece of shit unoptimized game that just pushed it as hard as they could so they could sell the console. It's a mixture of both.
If the tolerances for your hardware are that bad, it's your fault. I'm not going to blame any game for this. I'm really not.
Okay.
That's amazing.
But so I always just assume that all zombie games forever will have this problem where, like, a core definition of zombies is you have a lot of them on screen, or at least on the map that the CPU is tracking and moving and being accounting for.
I know, but there are tricks. There are tricks for this. Like, if the player is not looking at the zombie, it doesn't exist.
Well,
it's not hard. This is basic stuff.
Sure. You can deload it from the graphics, but you still have to have an icon or something that, like, a ping, a tag that the CPU is tracking. Be like, when you turn, it's there, don't you? Like, how do you account for it moving closer to you while you're not looking at it if it's not accounting for it in some way? You can deload the wireframe and the assets and stuff, but the computer still needs to know something's there.
I don't know enough to refute this. All right.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway.
So hang on. Do they respawn? Like, if I went around the whole map and killed all the zombies, would my CPU utilization be like, we're good now?
No, because they'll respawn.
Yeah. You're right.
You can't ever get rid of all the zombies in a zombie game. That would be crazy talk.
That would be honestly very funny, though. Like, we solved the zombie outbreak by killing all the zombies. Problem solved.
I'd like that. That'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be.
All the zombie games in the 360 Xbox One have an achievement called I don't remember what it's called, but it's like kill 56,543 zombies, and then like if that's the one in Dead Rising, Left 4 Dead has the exact same one, but it's like 10 more zombies, and then Left 4 Dead 2 has the same one, but it's 10 more zombies, and then Dead Rising 2 came out and it's 5 more zombies. I feel like if you get those achievements, they should stop loading in zombies because you're done with the game.
Yeah. I think it would be hilarious if there was a zombie game. They didn't tell anybody this, but you could kill every zombie on the map. Then if you do, it's a secret win condition. But like nobody tries it because that's not how this works, right?
Right.
And then someone just like starts killing them all and kind of notices like, hey, there's fewer zombies than usual. This is weird. Is this permadeath for these zombies? And keeps doing it. And then it's like, you win! You solved the zombie outbreak by yourself. Good job, hero.
Secret cutscene where you get like a medal from the president and like there's statues of you being put up. I mean, like the guy who killed 3 million zombies single-handedly with a shovel.
Saved humanity. What a guy. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised no one's done that. Again, there have been 5,000 zombie games. You think someone would have done something like this?
Yeah.
This is not an idea that I just came up with.
I would like to see that in something like DayZ, excuse me, where it's this slow gameplay and you don't know if you're fighting other players or if they're going to help you and you're going to like slowly craft for better loot. And just to have a server map where it suddenly runs out of zombies, like just slowly over time. And
it's like so gradual you don't even notice.
Yeah, and everyone's still like crawling through the bushes, going so slowly because what if there's zombies around? And there's just none. Nobody like we solved the zombie problem, but nobody noticed. I think that would be really neat for that game.
That would be fantastic. I'd really enjoy that.
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious. The other thing about Dying Light is that the tagline is good night and good luck.
Okay.
Because the zombies during the day are like kind of slow and they suck. They're not that hard to deal with. But then at night, they all get fast and incredibly strong and they murder you immediately.
Yes.
It's like, oh, okay. These are serious threats now. I get it. It's very funny too because like for me as the character, first day in Zombie City, I'm running around and the zombies are like, they're kind of a problem, but you can like distract them and we can beat them to death with a pipe and it's fine. And then it starts getting dark and the lady on the radio is like, it's getting dark. Get the fuck back here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like these zombies, is it because I'm playing on normal? These zombies aren't a problem. And I'm like, I'll take my time. It'll be all right.
No.
And then it's like, it's nighttime now. And I'm like, wait, what happened? Why are there red zombie trackers on my minimap? And why are they all coming for me right now? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's an entirely different game. It's amazing.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. And then one more thing before you get to the embarrassing things about Falcon.
Yeah.
So I learned about this game because I was at Penny Arcade Expo in Seattle in 2013, right?
Sure.
I'm wandering around the exposition center. It's a gaming convention put on by Penny Arcade webcomic guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wandering around the expo center with one of the dudes that I went with. A bunch of us coworkers went in 2013. And we kind of go upstairs, which is not really where a lot of exhibits are. We're just kind of exploring. It's like day 3, right?
Sure.
We see a conference room where these dudes are hanging out, and there are these posters on the wall for Dying Light. And we're like, what's that? Never heard of that before.
Mm-hmm.
So we poke our heads in, and we're like, hey, guys, what's going on? And we're like, oh, hey, yeah, we're representing the game Dying Light, which is coming out in a couple years. Like, oh, that's cool. Do you guys have, like, a demo or we can take a look at? They're like, no. And we're like,
okay.
Do you have art? Do you have like, nope. We have a box of t-shirts. You want a t-shirt? And we're like, why are you at a gaming expo without anything to show the gamers, but you have a box of t-shirts and a couple posters? What is going on? So we were like, yeah, we'll take shirts. Awesome. So I took a shirt and I wore it for like a decade, and it turned into a gym shirt, and I wore it all the time, and I never bought the game. I was like, it's probably not great anyway. But by golly, I wore that shirt for a decade before it wore out. So that was my exposure to Dying Light until today. Amazing.
So that's funny. In a lot of the old podcasts that I've listened to, they've talked about going to cons and stuff like that, and especially PAX, right? And there's something really funny, because I went to the first PAX Australia, and I went to the second and the third, and all this.
Huh?
And my experience with Australian conventions, t-shirts aren't free. Nobody's giving out free t-shirts, ever.
Right! Exactly! And everyone at the expo has something to show the people who are coming to the expo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something.
Something.
A slideshow, right? Like they've got a TV set up and it's like, here's some pictures of the gameplay. At least that.
Well, they had a name
These
to give
guys
you.
are just like, they did. They had the name of the game, they had the t-shirts, and they had the posters. And I'm just like, and my only theory is that they had a demo and they brought it to PAX, but then it didn't work.
Right.
Like it was crashing constantly and they couldn't put it on the floor. So they're like up in the conference room for 3 straight days trying to get it to work and trying to get it on the floor, and they can't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're like, we had all these shirts we were going to sell. We had these posters. We had this demo that people could play. All we have left are the t-shirts. And like, no one's going to buy anything because we can't show them anything. So here, kid, have a t-shirt, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all the podcasts that I listened to, they talked about lots of people handing out free t-shirts. So I'm wondering if that's now just like something they noticed, but you also just didn't, or like that they're just lying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they would talk about like other exhibitors who would attract giant crowds by like offering free t-shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychologically drawing people in because of like, ooh, what's over there?
Yeah.
Totally.
It is absolutely my headcanon now that they didn't have anything. They had the name, like a poster, a t-shirt. They gave out t-shirts. And as things,
but only the people who wandered up to the second floor.
Only the people who found them, right? But
Yeah.
It is my headcanon that as a lot of things change in video game development over the next like 4 years it took for that game to come out, everything about that game changed from what they had planned, and they were like, shit, we can't change the name. We already gave out shirts. And so they were stuck with the name. That's my headcanon.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, the tagline "Good night and good luck" was definitely on the shirt. So as far as the concept of night is harder than day, at least they had that going for it. I don't know if they had anything else though.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. Here, I'll get my background up. I decided I was tired of being in the void.
You don't want to be in a void?
No. It was fun for a while. I'm done.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. So now is Falcon embarrasses himself in Dying Light day one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so the two things that I noticed, and I did not watch for very long, right?
Sure.
Mainly because I don't mean these to be an impugnment of your video game capabilities or you as a person, but if I'm gonna sit down to watch a Let's Play, I'm just not gonna watch. It's just not who I'm gonna choose to watch. I'm sorry, Falcon, but you started the game up and we're like, let's look at the settings because this mouse sensitivity sucks. And you get to the settings and you turn a slider all the way up, and then you go back to the main menu. Like the sensitivity still sucks. There were two bars there. One is mouse sensitivity in menus, and you turned up the one for not in menus. There's two there. And, like, you just didn't read the one below it, and then we're like, this still sucks. It didn't change anything.
Why the hell are there different mouse sensitivity settings for the menus? Who does that?
I don't know. I think it's crazy that the game does that as well. Right? I'm on your side there.
So that's fair. I didn't read all the options, and I didn't account for a separate setting for menu mouse sensitivity. Good call.
And I did not want to be the guy that you might claim that I will be, where I just jump in and tell you did a thing wrong. Right? So I held my mouth. But I said, I'm not going to watch this.
Fair.
Also, I was worried about the visual snow, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'll just leave it on in the background. You got a +1 viewer from me, but I wasn't watching. Also,
That's
on your
reasonable.
channel,
I'll take that.
I blew 200,000 Falcon bucks, and I need to build that back up.
Well, betting on the underdog in some really big underdog StarCraft matches, yes.
Yes. Which nobody was betting against me, so I wouldn't have won any money. It was a stupid thing to do. The other thing, I jumped back in at another point where you were running around looking. You were doing something. I don't know what it was. And I noticed on the screen there's like a UV trap that you could set off. And I'm like, oh, I remember those in the games, because at night, if you activate a UV trap, you can stun the zombies and use that as a moment to get away, to hide, or to fight them if you want. It's like a thing you can do at night. It's really useful because it's UV light. But you didn't. You were like parkouring around, and you didn't notice until like you were up above the trap, kind of. And you're like, why can I activate this here? But it had been like press E or whatever to use the UV trap for like 5 minutes as you were walking around on the ground and climbing up the side of the building, and you're just like why?
I was in the zone.
Yeah, you just didn't notice until like you got to a point where you couldn't really see the benefits of what this UV trap would do. And you're just like, why did I have to be here to use it? And I'm like, how did you miss that on your screen?
Blindness. Falcon blindness.
Just tunnel vision.
It's a big problem.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. Yep.
But it's a new game for you.
And the game...
learning. Did it give you any tutorial that UV traps were a thing? That you could pull a remote out and trigger lights?
No. It said, go activate these light traps. And I'm like, okay. So I go and I press F and it goes, light trap activated. Well done, soldier. And I'm like, cool. And then I'm like, and then there is a line of dialogue like, these are for the people that run at night, not for you. Don't use them. And I'm like, okay, great. But they don't say what it does or anything. It's just called a light trap. And they scolded me so hard about like, don't fuck with this. And I'm like, okay, all right. Not for me. I get it. And then when I was trapped outside at night, I didn't even think about it. I wasn't even like, hang on a second. There were these light traps. Because again, I was like, the minimap shows me some really fast, big, scary zombies coming for me, and I can hear them too. So let's just run around like a chicken with my head cut off for a minute.
Right. Well, maybe
that's what happened there.
Maybe it'll click a little bit more for you now at night, where you can utilize these traps.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I'd have gotten there without you, to be honest.
Well, you're welcome.
Jared would have yelled at me probably eventually. He's like, look, man, the light traps. Remember those? Yeah, it's good. It's a good game. It's a good game.
Glad you're enjoying it. It is co-op.
It's a fun idea. It is.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird in like a co-op zombie game. Like Left 4 Dead makes sense because you're like a team moving through, but this is like an action adventure game where you're like running around parkouring, and it's like having a second person there makes everything just less scary because like I don't know what the point was, like why they decided this game needed co-op, especially when like if parkour and running around and using verticality with the environment to get away from zombies is important, a second player there does not help any of that.
No, and it's open world. Like
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead is linear,
Mm-hmm.
so you kind of have to stay in the same zone. You can totally leave your teammates in the dust if you want, but generally staying together makes a lot more sense. But this game, it's like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go over there. And it's like, well, I
Right.
have to stay with my teammate, and that kind of sucks for one of us.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if this was like a game that let you completely split up across the entire city at night, or if it was like you have to be within 20 meters of your co-op partner. Because I did play a little co-op, but this is 15 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, like, did they rubber band you back, teleport you back?
Yeah. Well, searching for it gives me an AI overview, which is useless, and the top result is from r/Halo, and I don't think that's the right thing.
No.
So nobody is complaining about tethering or anything in this game. Or at least not enough that
would be
Google's
hilarious, though. It's like, hey, do you want to play Dying Light together? Sure, man. And then you just spend the next 2 hours completely on the opposite sides of the map doing whatever the hell you want. Like, never doing anything together. And it's like, all right, cool. Same time tomorrow? Yeah, awesome. Good. Thanks for playing.
Yeah. DayZ at that point.
Yeah. 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 And I mean, right. So it's a 2015 game. It has all the hallmarks, right? It's got like, hey, open world has these markers on them for safe houses that you have to fix, right? Or light traps you can reactivate, or people you can rescue, and it's just ... It's very Ubisoft, Far Cry.
Oh yeah.
Assassin's Creed, very mid 2010s core for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's always the same thing. It's find the power source, press F, done. It was very Radio Tower from Far Cry 3.
Oh yeah.
And 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, not that I don't like it, but it's really just of a time in that way.
For sure. Like Ubisoft went all in on Radio Tower or just tower technology.
Yeah.
From Far Cry to Assassin's Creed to The Crew, which is a racing game. They had a racing game where you had to drive to like the top of parking lot buildings, right? And be like, yes, I've activated the tower.
Yeah.
It was a racing game.
Well, I think it's just a psychological thing. I think it just activates the dopamine receptors of gamers just enough that they'll do it. And it's easy to put in the game. You just copy paste it 4,000 times and bam, easy dopamine receptor thing to do.
Yeah.
It's lazy, but it's effective is what it is.
But it works. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you just play the same, like, especially in Far Cry, right? Far Cry 3, you do it and then it's like sweeping drone shot of the whole area around you and you're like, oh, look at what you did. And Assassin's Creed, same thing, right?
Well, at least like Assassin's Creed, at least one, it makes sense that it's like, hey, you've just climbed up this tower. Now you can get the lay of the land. You can see the shapes of buildings and like where open markets might be in the new town that you've just gotten to or whatever. And Far Cry, you're liberating like a little village, so it's like, okay, I can shoot the tiger cage and bust the tiger out, and I can try to do the stealth and all that. Those make sense. But there are a lot of games that take that and just tack it on, where it's like, climb a big thing. You kind of get
and
some
now
benefit.
The radio network is better now somehow. You're never going to see the difference, but it's better now. Trust us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very mid 2010s. Yeah.
Did Assassin's Creed invent it? I think it did.
I think it did. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't know if they just got good feedback about it from gamers, or if the devs themselves playing the game or their own testers were like, this is really satisfying.
Right. Well, definitely
like, it's a little thing, but we enjoy doing it, you know?
Definitely with jumping off, because like Assassin's Creed would be like one of the first games to have you climb up a really tall thing and then be like, yeah, just jump off, jump into the hail bale. It's like, and you get the cinematic dive, and it's ridiculous and fun, but
fun. Yeah.
Fun is the key thing there. Yeah.
So some middle manager at Ubisoft was like, we need to port this into our other games as we're developing them now.
Yeah.
And it just took off from there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Video games and the history thereof. I'm sure there's multiple university courses that discuss all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a list of games with radio tower mechanics. Well, AI Overview gives me about 9 games.
Oh, 9. That sounds about right.
Well, I mean, they're listed as the series. So the Far Cry series, the Dying Light series, the Assassin's Creed series. It's more than 9 games. It also includes a game called The Radio Tower, an indie game, which so AI Overview, it sucks. Yeah.
Certainly does.
Yeah.
I bet there's a Wikipedia page for the whole concept that probably lists things, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Wikipedia page, radio masts and towers? Nope, that's actual radio masts and towers.
God, maybe there isn't. I just did that search and Google's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Somebody do it.
Yeah, somebody make the list. Somebody make the page for us. Because, yeah, I mean, again, it's just this perfect combination of, like, you, the gamer, will do it, and you can put 1,000 of these on your open world map, and they will go to every one of these and do it. And it's a ton of time, and it's satisfying enough. Yeah.
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 I'm skimming through some Reddit comments about it from 13 years ago, where someone saying it gives them like the same feeling as clearing the fog of war in an RTS, where it's like, yes, I can see things now. I have more information because it clears out the mini map as well.
Interesting. I've never once been like, ooh, yeah, that fog of war is gone now. I feel dopamine.
Did you never play an RTS and be like, I need to be able to see the entire map at all times? Oh, okay.
No, when I play an RTS, I'm like, here's my base. Go find the enemy base. I'm focused on the enemy base. Let's kill the enemy base. What's over there? No idea. Could not care less. That's where the bad guys are.
So me and a friend, we used to play Age of Empires 2, and we had a custom game that we would play. And it was like, let's have a game last 4 hours for the fun of it.
Right.
What you do is you make a custom map that is 100% forest. Except for...
You have to cut through it.
And you just have to cut through it and the entire way there. So that to me is a lot of fun. It's time consuming. It's a great game to like watch a movie to.
Yeah.
But to me, it's
first time I saw that was a Warcraft 2 map. Yeah,
okay.
It's a
common
There
thing.
are StarCraft maps where it's just nothing but minerals you have to mine through to get to your enemy. Yeah.
I think I would enjoy that.
It's a fun idea. People have stolen it and put it in all sorts of different RTSs. Yeah.
I love finding things that are simultaneously invented by lots of people at the same time. Like I did that as a kid in Map Editor. I didn't have the internet at the time, right?
Yeah, there you go. Right. Yeah, because it's a fun idea, and if you like RTS, eventually it's going to come to someone and someone else, and maybe 20 people, and yeah, that's right. Simultaneous ideas. A lot of inventions are that way, actually. Like the history of the radio is like, who invented the radio? Well, the radio as we have it today is like a combination of 4 or 5 different people who had a lot of breakthroughs in the technology. Mr. Ham, yes. That's why we call it the ham radio.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The invention of the radio was preceded by many decades of establishing theoretical underpinnings, discoveries, and experimental investigation of radio waves. Yeah. So there's a lot of people who did a lot of stuff. You can't really just say it was Edison, like the light bulb or something like that.
Well, even then, right?
Even
Edison? Then. Yeah. Especially then with Edison.
Have you watched... I put it in the Discord, Randy Feltface's new comedy special.
No.
Oh, it's funny. I really enjoy it.
I like Randy.
He has a bit about things Australians invented.
Okay.
Just a small little bit, like right at the start.
Yeah.
Complaining that Australians, we built like the black box recorder for planes, and then we've never had a plane crash since. So what was the point?
What was the point, Samacron?
Yeah. Anyway, go watch that. It's good.
I'll have to do it. How long is it?
Oh, like an hour and a bit.
Okay. Sounds about right for a comedy special.
Yeah.
Probably could have guessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I watched the anime. If we're ready to move on into the animes.
Yeah, we can talk animes. What did you watch finally?
Yeah, so I did watch the final episodes of both Frieren and Sentenced to Be a Hero.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of Sentenced to Be a Hero?
And I liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay.
I don't know. There's just a lot I like about it. I like the fact that, like, the beginning of the episode, Spriggan's trying to trick Terrorita and Zilo into helping her because she's in the body of, like, a 10-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that Terrorita's like, yes, we got to help you. And I'm like, holy shit, you're going to die. This is the dumbest thing you've ever done. But even Xylo is like, yeah, we got to help him. This is obviously nothing else but a little girl. Like, we've had conversations about how demon lords are in human bodies. We know this is possible, right? Okay, we should be more careful, first of all. But I just appreciate that Sav wipes it out from, like, a perch up on top of a steeple somewhere. And then what's his face is like, did you just kill a little girl? Did you just kill a little innocent civilian girl? It's like, I don't know, man. It looked like you were trying to attack Rita. He's just like, I didn't even think about it. Just shot him through the face. I just thought that was funny because I was not expecting him to come back.
Okay.
Because, yeah, he was missing for like the whole previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where's Sav? And then he shows up.
Fair enough.
I liked that. I thought the reveal that Rhino was a demon lord in a human body was interesting.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that was like interesting when I read it on Reddit. But when I was thinking about actually going and watching the episode, it just made me wonder, did they go through 7 different episodes of introducing a new crazy person who's a hero to be like this special brand of crazy, to be like, oh, but this guy, he's crazy and he's evil. Is it that exciting as a twist?
I like it because everybody hates Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not entirely clear why. And I think what that shows in storytelling is that everybody has an instinctive something's wrong with this guy, but I can't really put it into words, so I just don't like him. And that if you're around a demon lord in a human body long enough, eventually your human self just goes, what the hell is going on here? You know?
Yeah. Maybe. I think that doing that, they all hate him for like the reasons that we get given is that he's just a weird person, and they're all weird people who are unlikable in their own ways, right?
Yeah, so why do they all hate Rhino?
Well, I imagine a lot of people all hate all of them, but it doesn't automatically mean they're demon lords.
No, but of all of the hero crew, everyone's like, ah, shit, it's Rhino.
I assumed they hated him because he was down for a lot of friendly fire, where he's just like, should I bring down the wall? It'll be fun, right? And they're all like,
I know, but even... And Sav is like, I kill people for fun. I chop off their hands. I don't see any problem with this. And people are like, Sav, we treat you like a human being. Help us out. We might yell at you sometimes, but we're not like, shit, it's Sav. We hate that guy. He's a sociopath too.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a level of extremes here where Rhino was enough that they just like put him in he has to stay in prison. We can't trust him because his thing is artillery, not cutting the hand off a couple people. Right? It's orders of magnitude here. And
certainly orders of magnitude.
Just to be clear, was the child that he shot a demon?
Sav?
Yeah, the child he killed.
Yeah, but he didn't know that.
Right, but
He's just like, it looked like a 10-year-old was attacking the goddess, so I
sure,
killed her.
sure. But they didn't know that was a demon in human form. They had no like sixth sense that wasn't right, like they do with
No.
Rhino.
Right, and like I said, I use the word eventually. You go, something's wrong here. It's not
Right,
an immediate revulsion to the thing.
But that eventually could just apply to having been around Rhino for years as a scumbag human being. I don't think it really implies they get a revulsion to demon kind being nearby.
Right, and again, it's a theory. I'm not saying it's the truth. I'm just putting forward an idea that I thought would maybe explain it. And you're saying this is why I disagree.
Yeah, that's all.
Right, that's fair. I get it.
Yep.
Let's see what else happens there. Oh, Kavia's like, okay, I've had it confirmed that my uncle, who raised me and loves me dearly and taught me everything I know, is a coexister who believes that the fairies are going to take over the world, and it's best for us if we help them and then protect the people that we love and we care about, and everybody else can just die, I guess.
Yeah, he's doing a Taravangian. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. So she confronts him with one other dude, right?
Yeah.
And as she's doing it, I'm like, you know what would be real handy here? Like
a hero?
10 more guys. Or a hero. A hero would be super handy here. Or all of them. I don't know.
Can't hear you. Nope. Still can't hear you. Nope. I'm reading your lips if you're wondering how I'm answering you, but no. Can't hear. You need a new mic, dude. Oh, I heard a little static. Nope.
Still no.
Nope, there we go. I have this technical difficulty screen that I've never used. I should probably use it at some point.
There you go.
Perfect. Yeah. But, that's the wrong one.
That's it. That's
Anyway.
glorious. I like that a lot. You should use that more often.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
We should have technical difficulties more.
Point is. Yeah.
Anyway, point is.
Yeah. So point is, well, just saying, here's what I appreciate
she should
about
have more
this.
dudes. Yeah.
So, right. But the other thing that I think is more interesting about the writing is that blah, blah, blah. He resists arrest. He kills the dude she comes in with. She's forced to kill him. She gets discovered next to the dead body of her uncle, and people are like, holy shit, she killed the high priest of the priestdom. What the hell? And yeah, like, she doesn't have any actual evidence he's a coexister or doing anything. So of course she's going to get tossed in prison. Of course she's going to be executed. But what I like is when the guy comes to visit her in the prison at the end, he's like, you chose the faceless, numberless people of the world over the man that you know and loved you and loves you and raised you and taught you to be the person you are. That takes a specific kind of person. And I was like, am I that kind of a person? Like, what if I was in that position? What if I was in a position where, like, my mother, right, who raised me and loves me, and I've always had a great relationship with her my entire life. It turns out that she's going to nuke the earth because she has some crazy beliefs, right? And then at that point, is it like, okay, am I really willing to choose the nameless, faceless people I don't even know over my own mother, right? And it's like, where do people fall on this? Is it like everybody would be like, yeah, absolutely, we'll save the many, who we don't really have any names or faces for, because that's how morality works, right?
I just want to compare the pair. That in the show, she kills her uncle, and I've not seen this final episode, so I'm just going off what you told me. But she knows that the coexisters have actively been trying to kill a goddess. And that Xyler is actually a pretty good dude who is interested in saving people.
Yes.
And so
she has a crush on him.
Yes. And I think you could much more easily read she doesn't choose to kill her uncle for the nameless billions of people that are still alive, but because he represents an actual threat to a handful of people, and we've spent the last several episodes watching her deal with that threat. Right? So it's not choosing the billions, even if that is the ultimate outcome of keeping the goddess alive because she wants to kill demons. It's because she likes the goddess and wants to keep her alive. It's about specific people. Could you side against your mother to save your kids, Falcon?
Right.
I think that's a different question. Not that the other one isn't interesting. Don't get me wrong. It's interesting. But I don't think that's necessarily what's going on here.
Right. And I think you're right. But it's interesting because specifically that's what the dude says. The dude visits her and goes, hey, you did this thing to save the nameless faces masses over the life of your own uncle who you loved. That's a specific type of person. And even if it's not true, because you're right, I don't think it necessarily is true, but that's what he sees it as.
That guy could be wrong. That guy could be misreading it. Lots of interesting things that have a character say and do things. Yeah.
Right. But then he says, because you did this, I think you might have the temperament to be a hero. Because heroes are out there putting their lives on the line, constantly dying, being brought back over and over again for the nameless, faceless peoples in the cities that they're protecting, right? He's like, you have that in you. You have that innate heroism. That you care so much about these people that you don't even know you're willing to put your life on the line.
Right. I mean, I do like that is finally a little sliver of why these heroes, called heroes, are in the position that they are. Because the state believes that these people have a mindset to put, the people above and beyond everything else. Like, okay, that makes sense. Why they have to be penal heroes, I still don't understand. And two, we know the state is entirely corrupt with people who are coexisters. And why you would put the people who are specifically going to put you, aren't going to be loyal to you in these positions of supreme power on the front lines to protect the people you're actively maybe going to let die, it still makes no sense to me. Right? Because the guy that comes to her is working for the state and is like, you should be a hero.
Yeah.
Is it the same guy who was talking to all the others when they got sentenced to be a hero?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's like, oh, you're right about spreading all those news articles about there being demons infiltrating high society, but we can't let anyone know that. Become a hero. We'll give you immortality. And he's like, oh, you killed your uncle, someone, your only living family member, in order to stop what I'm trying to have happen. Have immortality.
So here's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Maybe they believe the odds are in favor of the fairies winning, and so they're trying to accommodate that eventuality. But also, they're like, there's this tiny chance that this hero squad can actually save the day and defeat the fairies. So we're playing both sides. We're going to go ahead and stack this with as many people and strong people as we can and hope they win. And if they don't, we've covered our bases. Right?
If it turns out that guy's playing both sides, I will go back and watch the show and be like, oh, this is actually great then. I will absolutely change my tune once I have the full story. But I'm just, with the repetitive nature of all the episodes of introducing a person, here's how they're crazy but strong, and what they did, and getting no real momentum going from what I felt like. I'm not interested in watching this season. Maybe I'll jump in season 2 if it turns out that that guy's playing both sides.
Sure. I don't know what other explanation there is, because they don't have to do this. It's extremely obvious what the hell is going on if they're just like, yep, we sure want the fairies to win, and also we're actively funding and sending these heroes against them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my thoughts exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if it's just dumb, then sure, I'm out on it too. But we'll see. We'll see
Yep.
what season 2 does.
Yep.
Yeah, they explain as well that the origin of the heroes is that the first goddess's power was to bring heroes in from other eras of history to fight their battles for them.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, but like language and cultural differences made this really awkward and weird.
Okay, so they could
So-
isekai people, but now they just do the same thing to people they
But
already
now,
had.
so the first thing they did was they raised up the dead heroes of their own culture and their own history and their own language to be the first round of heroes
That is
from the
interesting.
dead.
That's interesting.
Yeah, right?
So does that mean?
And then he goes, so you're probably asking why it's seen as a punishment now, why it's a penal group.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we'll talk about that later. So it's like, okay, so they're aware this is a question people have at least. Yeah.
Is that just them setting up that they could technically revive anyone? So it's like she killed her uncle because he's important to the coexistence movement. They're just gonna revive him, and like, sure, doing that a bunch of times turns people crazy, but like her murder, like it doesn't matter. They'll just put him back where he was, you know. And
dude, that would be incredible. Kevin would be so pissed. She'd be so mad. She wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be awesome. Do that.
Do that.
Yeah. That would be so funny. She's like, I put everything I am on the line for this. I got sent to prison. I'm a fucking hero now. But at least I took this guy out of the power structure. And it's like, no, you didn't. He's back.
Turns out you can't.
That's very... Yeah, you can't win here. No. Sorry. Oof. Oof. Yeah. And then it's interesting too because Rhino finds Spriggan. Did you get that? In the write-up?
No, I don't think so.
So he finds Spriggan, who's injured because she's been shot by Tsav. And he basically has a conversation where he's like, hey, I'm a demon lord in a human body too. My thing is that I kill my own kind. And like, that's why I'm a hero, is because as a human, I kill other humans. And then he's like inferring that as a demon lord, I enjoy killing other demon lords.
Oh, okay.
Because as soon as he shows up, she's like, fuck, no. She's trying to crawl away with like no legs. And he's just like monologuing as Rhino likes to do, like a psychopath. He's like, yeah, you know what my crime was? Why they made me a hero? Killing my own kind. What a boring, basic ass thing to do to be a hero. And she's just like, no, help, no. And then he kills her and he's like, that was great. He's like, that was really satisfying to me. The way you were begging for your life and like pleading, that was fantastic for my soul. It really filled me up. Thanks. It's like, all right, psychopath demon lord. That's interesting. So yeah, like he's out there killing other demon lords. They're not just some like monolith who are all trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
weird idea. Yeah.
He's out there killing them, but if he ran out of them to kill, what would he do? Would he still be like, well,
go back to killing humans?
This blight thing's still taking over the entire planet. I'm cool with that. Just like lets it happen.
I assume if the demon lords are gone, the blight goes away, right?
Right, but he's a demon lord. He'd have to kill himself.
Unless it's a conscious choice the demon lords are doing to bring the blight, and he's like, I don't want it.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Can't wait to find out in 2029 or whenever season 2 comes out.
Exactly right. It's interesting comparing this to the finale of the season of Frieren, though.
Yeah?
Wait, when's it coming out?
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I don't... It's been announced, but I don't think it's been said when it's coming. Yeah, no official release date, but a 2027 release is expected.
Not terrible. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do. Yeah, it's just interesting because the sense to be a hero finale is like we're putting characters in different places and introducing new aspects of what's going on in the story, and we're giving you backstory, and here's some plot hooks you can worry about for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Freeren's season finale is like, hey, guess what? We walked a lot, killed some monsters, helped some dudes, had some insights into life, and we'll see you in season 3. Like, it's just so much of the same of what the whole show has been. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so funny that way.
Yeah.
Because I watched them back to back, and I was like, these are wildly different season endings.
Yeah.
Freeren's not trying to plot hook you with anything. Freeren does not care.
Mm-hmm.
Freeren's like, you know what we are.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back at season 3. We'll do more of the same stuff. We're not going to surprise you with anything. It'll be great.
Right.
Well, no. There is an after credits scene where
Yes.
they're like, there's a Demon King in the Golden City. And so there is something they tease you with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. As one of the Demon Lord generals that they made a deal about killing a couple of in this season. With like the Hero of the South, he went and like fought them. So they've kind of been laying breadcrumbs that lead up to it.
Yeah. And they killed Stark, and what's his face killed one in the town too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's another one of those. But yeah, it's again nothing new. We've been killing demon generals. Like, it's part of the story. They didn't introduce the concept and tease you with it for the next season. So
No, for sure.
Yeah. And it's great. Like, it's just so nice because they go to this kind of snowy, frostbitten North Pole style land.
Mm-hmm.
And there are all these adventurers up there who are looking for ice crystals because they're really expensive and you can sell them to become rich.
Mm-hmm.
So this one guy's like, hey, there's this whole bunch of ice crystals where a monster's kind of in the general area, and every time we try to go there, it kills us.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind taking care of that for us? And would you put a personnel shield around it so that no one can access it?
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't say why, but Freeren's like, when I was here before, the reason why people do that is because it keeps other people from accessing the crystals until the person who put up the field can come back and get them, right? It's just a pure business decision.
You can stake your claim and protect it at the same time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so they go and they fight because they fight monsters, and the monster can detect magic, so it's dodging all their spells. But then Freeren has a plan, and Stark gets beat up a lot, and then they win. Yeah, because that's how this works.
And then and then there's more, and some cavalry rides in, and they're like, "Thanks." And then the cavalry leaves. I'm like, why wouldn't all the monsters just come back as well?
Yeah, it's the Northern Lands. I assume monsters are replenishing. Like, every time they kill a monster, I'm like, great job. I imagine in a week another one will be back. This is the Northern Lands. Like the guy at the bridge. He's like, there's these huge birds that keep making gusts of wind and knocking people off my bridge. Nobody will use it anymore. Will you kill these birds? And they're like, sure thing. And it's a 4-second cutscene of them killing the birds. And like, problem solved, sir. And he's like, thank you. No monsters will show up here to bother the bridge ever again.
Well, I mean, maybe not.
Maybe that is how it works.
Like, we're not told if monsters like appear out of mana or something. Like, it's some crappy fantasy easy.
We don't know where they come from. There is no discussion about this.
We don't know if they have like an ecological balance, like Dungeon Meshi or something. But all the southern lands seem significantly safer, and I can only assume it's because they've just eradicated all the monsters there. And they're like, you can just exterminate these things.
So it's just like the zombie video game thing, but for monsters instead.
Right. Yeah. And like, this guy had been building his bridge for like 100 years at this point. And this is the first time
200 years
monsters have been showing up. And he's like, oh, well, right as we finished, that sucks. I guess I'll wait around for someone to show up who can kill them.
Really bad timing. Yeah. Maybe I'll sit here for months, weeks, years for someone who can take them out. Oh, look, Freeren's back. Wonderful. She'll do. Yeah. Right. People are very patient in this land, I've noticed.
Well, they didn't have iPhones, so,
No,
they don't
their
have their
attention spans are wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the way the ice crystal story ends up is they go back to the guy who hired them and is like, cool, we did it. We put up the personnel shell and is like, awesome, thanks. Like when I first came up here, it just that scene of the light coming off the ice crystals just took my breath away and I loved it. And I want to preserve that. I want to preserve it so that other people who come here can experience the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay. Like there are some people who are selfless in this land and people who just want to help others. I mean, Bridge Guy is someone who just wanted to help others too. This isn't a new thing. But it's always just nice when you run into someone who's like, I want to preserve this awesome thing about our world and I don't care about getting rich.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. A piece of
nice.
like nature conservation. And he's just like, we need to preserve it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, all these people... He specifically says that I'm from here, like I grew up here. And there's maybe like an undercurrent that everyone else around here is just here for the money, right? The adventurers come up to kill things to get paid, and the miners come up to take resources and make... Amusingly, they say they can make health potions out of them, like healing potions. And so it feels like a sick feedback loop where more adventurers turn up to kill more monsters who get hurt and need more health potions. And they, to make the health potions, they're like deforesting this entire region of crystals. You know?
That's the local economy. Yeah. There's a good line too. Frieren basically says, as they're on their way back, that one day all the crystals will be gone, and that sucks, but like that's just how life is. She's just automatically resigned to the fact that the crystals will be gone one day.
Yeah.
But she's like, that's the world. That's what I've experienced in my many thousands years of living, is that things are awesome and then they disappear. And then maybe something awesome new will show up and then that will disappear. And it's just how things work.
Yeah.
So she's resigned to it. And then this guy's like, I want to preserve it. And she's like, holy smokes, you can do that? She's almost a little surprised by this. She's very happy about the idea, though.
Yeah.
There's a conversation between Stark and Fern where Stark's like, you encourage me a lot, Fern. Why do you do that? And I'm like, no, she doesn't. She's criticizing you all the time, man. You're just remembering the good stuff. I get it. I understand how this works.
Yeah.
And then she says, that's because that's what Frieren would do.
And to be fair, we have a lot of, in the first season, a lot of Frieren actually encouraging young Fern to be like how to be a proper mage. Lots of instruction going on. And maybe...
And there's a lot of like confirmation of that in this episode too. She says more than once, she's like, nice job, Fern. I can always count on you. You're super reliable and awesome.
Right, when she's like, I spent all our money on magical items. He's like, but I only gave you half the money that we had. And he's like, yes, excellent. That's very rely on you for.
Fern's like, I knew this would happen.
Very funny.
It's good. Yeah, Fern's great. I really enjoy it.
It's good.
I watched a video where someone was arguing with another YouTuber about whether demons should be exterminated as a plague or whether they're basically people and should be treated as such. Have you seen any of this discourse?
I have not. But I would like to know more information about the world build before I'd like, yes, genocide is an acceptable outcome here. Like
that's it. That's the argument, right?
Yes, it is. Because we see a lot of demons talking to other demons where they don't understand family concepts or even like child rearing. There's no point in which we're shown that a young demon is born or how that even happens. And
nope, they don't have parents. That's specifically stated.
Right. It's like how are demons culturally raised? Like they have some kind of a society. They like we're told the amount of mana that they project is their status symbols to each other, right? And that's how they get along and are able to coexist with others. That your amount of mana is your like wealth in comparison for us, right? Like whether or not you drive a Lambo or a Toyota Corolla, these things will say something about you to the rest of your society. So demons have society,
Mm-hmm.
But
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 when Frieren sees one, she opens fire and tries to kill it immediately.
pretty much, yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's of course also incredibly biased as her village was destroyed. I would like to say
Yep.
that was something I thought about at the end of this episode, the season finale, where the dwarf's like, 100 years is more than enough time for a village to be rebuilt, and we've never once seen any shots of Frieren going back to her village and seeing it being rebuilt by elves.
Nope.
So also his village seems to be rebuilt by humans, like it's just been populated by other cool people, but not necessarily other dwarves.
No. Well, because it showed us, right? It showed us he's busily trying to make this bridge by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then these random human travelers come and they're like, we'll help you out, man. And they stick around.
Yeah.
And they keep helping him. And I think they just settle down and make roots there and other people show up. So that's what it is. Yeah. It's nice. Yeah. So he's just, his newfound family is humans. And he's like, that's cool. I'm down.
But
yeah,
then we have to just ask, is it possible for a demon to be the outsider in these human communities like that dwarf is, or like Frieren is? There are some mentions during the fight with Fulgrim Demon who's like, oh, there's this other demon who's really interested in studying humans. You should meet him one day, still a little one. Is it theoretically possible? Because if it is, then you have to kind of go, well, we can't just kill them all. If it is theoretically possible for one, it might not be easy for 99.99999% of the rest. All right, but at that point, if we know that they have a social structure, then we can conclude that they have a culture that is at war with humans, and the people who are at war, like, that's just free game. You can kill them if they're at war, but like, does that mean you've got, like, we need the Geneva Convention to be like, here are the rules. If it's parachuting in, you can't shoot at it yet. You can't use trench guns. You have to wait for them to open fire first. You know,
you can't destroy power plants. You can't do anything that unduly negatively affects the civilian population.
Yeah,
that's a real thing, by the way. I learned that the other day.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. I just learned the other day. That's a war crime.
What did you learn the other day? I missed it.
Yeah, you can't. If you're in a war, you can't bomb power plants or destroy other infrastructure that unduly adversely affects the civilian population.
I feel like the legal definition of unduly distresses the civilian population is considerably murky than I'd like.
Probably. I don't know. I'll find the exact words, but that's the idea.
Yeah, but how do you argue something wasn't unduly, like, necessary? You know,
you attack military targets
in a war, right? If you turn off their power, they're gonna lose access to military systems. It's the problem I think a lot of people have with a lot of, like, rules for war. It's like, okay, but how do you enforce this? Like, who does that?
If you lose the war, then they bring you up on war crime charges. If you win, nobody cares. You won.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. We know. This is not a mystery. Because after World War II, who got drawn up on war crime charges? The people in the Axis powers. Did anyone in the entire Allied group get pulled up on war crime charges? I don't think so.
Category: American people convicted of war crimes. There's a Wikipedia page for it. It's not necessarily World War II war crimes.
Yep.
But that doesn't... I mean, do we just count any war crimes here as like a tick for the winning side, as America has never been conquered in war? Obviously,
we have lost many wars. Yeah.
Right, but like, do we consider the use of Agent Orange in Vietnam as a war crime? Because it would.
Yes.
Okay, well, there isn't. This Wikipedia page has maybe 50 names on it. Oh, sorry, 46. I just found this account.
Okay.
I feel like if
So
we.
is
Do we.
so wait. Is that American courts bringing up Americans on war crimes? Who's doing this?
Let me pick one at random.
Okay.
This person is a former member of the United States Army who was present at both Iraq and the Bagram Theater Detention Facility in Afghanistan. Was the first interrogator of Guantanamo detainee Omar Khadr. In 2005, he was found guilty of maltreatment and assault. Who?
Guilty by who?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'd like. Doesn't say, but like I'm assuming that he was like dishonorably discharged is what this is saying. Like he was found guilty from the United States military for doing this.
Okay. So that's America holding itself accountable for the actions of its military
People.
committing war crimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I mean, I guess we can change it up. If it's America doing the war crimes, then sometimes they'll hold their own people accountable for the war crimes.
Sometimes.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Man,
I feel
I'm
like
looking at a list of people executed, American people executed for war crimes, and everything's from like 1843.
yeah.
It's all black and white photos and like
So
Indian massacres and
the people,
Yeah.
the Wikipedia page I've got is American people convicted of war crimes, and that is all from like the several that I've opened, very modern people, right? But America doesn't do military executions for these things.
right. Not anymore. They used to, apparently.
They used to, yes.
Yeah.
This guy did some war crimes and got sentenced to 25 years imprisonment, commuted to 15, and was pardoned by the current president.
Yeah.
So that's a neat thing to find out.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the list of who presidents have pardoned is a really fun game.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Let's not play it and say we didn't. But if the president can pardon them, that means we have confirmation that it's within your own legal system that they're being convicted.
Right.
So
we would
confirm
never hand over an American citizen to The Hague in Switzerland and be like, try them, whatever you want, find them guilty, do what you want to do with them, bye. Like, that is not how we roll.
Never.
I don't know if any country really rolls like that. I don't think so. We are very into doing this in-house.
So, okay, since I saw Nuremberg, the movie, the other week.
Yeah.
And that movie is very much a fancification of the events. Like, it's there for drama. But would you read that as convicting the Nazi government or the Germans afterwards being like, yeah, have them? Like, they would hand over their own people as a thing that happened. I don't think they were given a choice in the matter, right? Like, they found these people fleeing
the government didn't
country.
exist. The
Right.
government was dissolved. The government of Germany did not exist at the time, and the choice was made to try individuals for their individual acts during World War II, and specifically the Holocaust. It very specifically was not a trial of the Third Reich or the German government as a whole, because it was gone.
Right. It's
But
kind of
I mean, and I think that's the way to do it anyway. Like, try individuals for their individual crimes. Like,
it's kind
that's
of
how we should be addressing crime in the first place.
I don't think that's how it's purported in the movie. Like, Russell Crowe's character is very much presented as like, here's what the Nazi state was doing with like the final solution and the killing of all the Jews. How can you claim as Hitler's left-hand man that you had no knowledge of this? And that's what he's being tried for. It's not like, because he's open, like one of his defenses is, you can try me, but, or I don't think he says this. I think it's one of the other people. He's like, You can try me for crimes, absolutely, but I've never shot anyone. I never killed anyone. Like, I did no individual actions, right? And
Right.
so it's very much framed as like, we're not, war crimes are not necessarily about individual actions, although it can be. But these weren't, because these were people in state doing something.
So was he convicted, and if so, what for?
They were convicted for, like, I think the movie calls it like breach of peace, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty vague. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
It is. It really is interesting stuff for sure. How did we get here?
Demons in free run. Can you
Demons?
genocide them?
Yeah.
Or is it a war crime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's a problem because there is no correlation to the real world. There is no group of people that 99.999% of them will kill humans given the opportunity to.
Mm-hmm.
Will just kill people.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a fantasy thing. Like, you can't one-to-one it with anything in the real world. It's just that you can't compare it. It's entirely a theoretical, hypothetical exercise. But it's interesting because it's like, yeah, if there was a people who could speak English and had culture and were just murderous to the core and would just kill other people when they come in contact with them every single time, except maybe there's this one of them out of 10 billion. What do we do with that, you know?
Right. I think there's a key thing in your description there that gets skipped, which is that we know, because we're the camera in free run, we're not actually people in free run, that demons don't understand the meanings of the words that they use, right? They don't view speech as a method of communication. Like, they don't know what father means.
Yeah.
They just know that, like, when you say it, people stop killing you. And so...
Right. Yeah, and that's specific to the one where the child demon...
There's a couple of...
is saying mother in a way to get taken in by the village, and then the child demon murders.
Right. There's a couple of examples, but it's all around those episodes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's more accurate that we can, as omnipotent observers of the free run world, view that as a mimicry skill and not as they speak language and can communicate.
Right.
At the moment. If it turns out the guy that's super interested, yeah.
Well, but we get that. We get if Fulgrim's talking to the little child demon, and it's a little child demon who's like, "Tell me about humans. Why do they do the things they do? I hope we find out one day. Let's learn more about it."
Mm-hmm.
And then little child demon is sacrificed by Fulgrim in order to try to defeat the mages, right? But they have a conversation with each other with no humans around.
Yeah.
And they're speaking English or Japanese, whatever, right?
Again, are they, or is it just being presented that way because it's a TV show, right?
Okay. Right. But even then, they're communicating with each other in some fashion. With deep thoughts and analytical questions and things that show a higher form of thinking. Whatever language it is.
Sure. To a degree.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Fulgrim's particularly interested in any of those deep thinkings. He's just like, yeah, that's the thing you can think about.
Yep.
Right. And
right. Yeah. No, Fulgrim's like, these people are a threat. We're going to kill them because they're a threat. It's an animalistic level of approaching the problem. Right. Certainly. And even though, like, we're going to kill all these villages to draw them to us, we know how they work. Again, animalistic. Like, there's nothing really higher level thinking in that at all. Yeah, it's like spider behavior. Like spiders have been shown doing that level of entrapment of other species that they hunt. So,
Okay.
yeah, so Fulgrim, no. But again, this one child demon shows the curiosity, shows the desire to learn more, shows an aspect that does not seem to exist in any other demon that we've seen on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, we'll probably get more into it as season 3 shows up, but
Maybe they might just
I
ignore it
don't know.
entirely.
I just have a hard time condemning Frieren. Like, she has more experience with demons than anybody.
Uh-huh. I think...
And she's not a murderous person. She's not that way towards any other group or any other anything in the land of the entire continent or whatever.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So it's against her nature to be this murderous, but through her own experiences over the last thousands of years, her experiences during the time when the demons did rule the land and the people were subservient and subjected, she's like, there's no shot. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to take the risk to let a demon in my general vicinity live because it's that dangerous every single time.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll ever get to a point in the show where it's now 2,000 years later from even now, 2,000 years after the death of Himalaya, where it's just Frieren in a library writing an academic paper about how demons don't really understand the words that they say, and nor do they, as a culture, build anything. Like, they're entirely nomadic, and they only persist off the pillage of other people. And it's like, and here's a case study about this demon who was interested in learning about humans, but, you know, I spent 50 years with him, with it, she would write, she'd be very clinical. And I can convincingly conclude that it was just to find better ways to integrate within humans' society so that they could be more accepted and then attack from within. Like, it's all just a cloak and dagger tactic.
It's all just subterfuge. It's all just part of the desire to destroy. Yeah.
I can believe that.
Anyway, good stuff. Good story. Good characters. Frieren's great.
Frieren's great. So, a lot of the first episodes of all the new animes have been coming out, and I've been trying to watch the first episode of some of these shows. Boy, are a lot of them are rough. Boy. So first off, I recommended we watch this thing called Rooster Fighter, which is about a chicken that fights things, I guess.
Yeah.
Not available in Australia.
Right.
So I haven't watched it. I mean, I need to turn on the Vipin to get that. So I don't know if you've started, but I've not been able to. There is a show that I looked at people talking about on the Reddit as being really incredible manga. Like, the source material is supposed to be really, really great, but they were worried that because it came out like 20 years ago, or it's going to feel very tropey and dated, but it wasn't at the time.
Okay,
it's just not going to hang out. It's called Liar Game. I will read you the synopsis. That now Kanazaki receives a strange letter and a suitcase containing 100 million yen. She learns that she's been selected to participate in the Liar Game. In this high stakes...
I need a money conversion. How much money is that?
Oh, it's like $1 million.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. High stakes psychological battle, lies, deception, and betrayal reign supreme. Naive and honest now turns to Shinichi Akiyama, a brilliant former con artist to survive the twisted game. In a game built on lies, can honesty prevail? And I got 7 minutes into the first episode, and it's slow.
Okay.
It's like, I'm like, oh,
sure.
I can feel that this is from an earlier time.
Yeah.
She is
certainly
an incredibly honest person. Like, she struggles to lie about anything. She finds 100 yen on the street and takes it to a police station to be like, someone will come looking for this piece of lost and found. Even though it's 100 yen, and like, if anyone walked in and said, yes, I dropped 100 yen, how could you ever prove it? And the cops are like, how old are you, lady? And she's like, I'm 18. What's up?
Seriously, have you been in the world at all?
Right.
Yeah.
There's also like
Yeah.
this, she tries to there's something that kind of reminds me of the book you wrote, where she has a problem and the first thing she is like, okay, how do I fix this? It's not like, oh no, I should be worried about this. She's like, okay, I got this mysterious package filled with money. I'm gonna go talk to a lawyer. So she just goes and talks to a lawyer. And the lawyer,
There you go. Right.
right, the lawyer's just like, why are you here? Lawyers can only help after you've been like harmed in some way. Have you been harmed? And she's like, no, like, yeah. And it's like, okay, so what can you do? What do you want me to do? And then like his little egg timer or whatever goes off and goes, up, that's your hour up. After here it'll be 16,000 yen an hour. Would you like to continue? And he's like drawn to be like a real slimy scumball looking dude. And then she goes home and she's keeping it in like a shoebox in her cupboard, and she's like sleeping in front of it and getting panicked that it's suddenly gone missing. It takes a while for it to like get like 7 minutes in. I feel like it should have given us a little more, or at least, I don't know.
It's just different time, man. Different storytelling methods. It really is.
It feels that way, and I wonder if you watch the first episode, will you get that feeling? I mean, I should have asked you to watch it and see if you got that feeling independently of me putting it in your head. I'm not very scientific about this. But,
yeah. No. Everything from that era is much more moderately paced, much more slow burning, much more take your time, much more set things up, much more. We're not in a hurry to get anywhere. We have a lot of episodes. Let's use it, right?
Yeah. I'm just like,
and then over time, I just feel like eventually there was so much competition in the space that everything was like, we have to hook you now. Episode 1 needs to be fast and explosive.
Sure.
And holy shit, that just happened. Wow. And then you're like, holy crap, I'm going to watch this show. And if you take the whole episode doing nothing, then people are like, this sucks. Give me Michael Bay, you know?
Right. I'm just wondering that, like, if we look at the same time that this was written, and I'm finding out that it was 2005 to 2015, that if we go back and compare it to, like, something else contemporary, like Death Note, where it's like, how long does it take Light to use the Death Note, or there's something intriguing about the Death Note to hook a person? Because same time, that show has like 50 episodes, and it loses its way here and there, but it's overall pretty good. I would kind of love for those classic shows to get just like a 1-to-1 remake. Keep the pacing, keep all that, but give it a modern aspect ratio. Give it HD, because that really, every time I'm like, I should go back and watch Death Note. It's great, and then it just kicks me in the nads of like tiny square in the center of your.
It's in 4.
Yeah, a tiny little square.
Yeah. It's in 4:3. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Interesting. That doesn't bother me. Like, we've been watching the old Trigun, and that's in 4:3, and the quality is horrendous. And I'm just like, eh. Yeah. And again, that might just be because I'm older than you, and that was TV for my entire childhood. I don't know.
Yeah, you think I would be fine.
How old were you when we started going widescreen and HD?
When did widescreen and HD happen?
Here, I think I first got my widescreen TV in HD in 2009.
I would have been 13. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, so your childhood's 4:3 aspect ratio.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was gonna say, like, growing up on like PlayStation 1 games, it was like, okay, Final Fantasy is a square. It's CRTs. It's stuff like that. But it just didn't grab me enough that it's like I was able to adapt naturally, still young enough for HD.
Entirely possible. And I was graduated from college. I had 2 kids by the time widescreen HD showed up, so I was very much already formed. Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Anyway, I'll give it a try. I got it on my my watch list.
Excellent.
I'll watch it with my daughter and see if she's like, "Holy shit, Dad, this is the slowest thing I've ever seen."
Maybe it's probably at like the 8-minute mark. It all kicks off, you know. And I just like if I'm that miner who's turned back, you know. Anyway, speaking of your youngest, who I know likes to read, have I ever told you to maybe read or watch Ascendance of a Bookworm with her?
No.
Okay. It is an incredibly good isekai. It's one of the rare ones that makes you want more great shows in this genre, where a woman in Japan who just loves to read. That's all she does. She goes to college. She just read. One day, there's like an earthquake or something, and the giant pile of books she's been reading next to falls over and crushes and kills her. And she gets isekai'd into a fantasy world as a child in a world where there are no books. And so she spends the entire time inventing books.
That does sound like something my daughter would be interested in. That's a fun idea.
It's great. I've read the light novel, and even as like a translation thing, those can be kind of wonky. This is really good. It holds up. It's thoroughly enjoyable. You should definitely put it on the list of things to watch with your kid.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll put it on the list.
Yep.
Put it on the list. Excellent.
Which also, season 4 started like yesterday, so 2 thumbs up. For...
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Good timing. All right. Do we Warhammer? Is it time?
It's time for Warhammer the Musical. My favorite?
Yay!
My favorite April Fool's bit. I would watch that. I would go and watch that.
I know. That's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah. I've just seen the postman turn up through my window. I should go and collect whatever it is he's got. So I'll be back in a moment.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll vamp. Yeah. So here's the link for the thing we're talking about. There you go. You can watch it if you want. And yeah, very, very funny. If you're not interested in watching it, it's called The Emperor Protects. Warhammer 40K. What do they call it? Something. There's a word there that I can't read. The greatest show of this or any millennium. It's going to be done. It's going to be done. Everything's turned into a musical these days, right? Like we've got random 1980s movies they did Mean Girls, a 2007 movie, is a musical now and pretty well received. And then the next stage of the life cycle is they go movie, musical, and then movie version of the musical, which they did for Mean Girls as well, which is just this is weird incestuous whole thing. I don't know if I like it. But yeah, funny idea, certainly.
I return.
Certainly.
I'm back.
Welcome. What do you got?
I got... okay, this little package isn't actually for me. I'm just going to put that aside. I got a letter from the post office.
Exciting.
It's weird. I've never seen anything in this. Like, it has like a return lodgement slip and stuff. This is interesting. What do they want? I know it hates you. Yeah. You hate that, but... oh. It had Yu-Gi-Oh cards in it. Okay, I bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards at some point, I guess.
Oh. What's the return option for?
In case I didn't like them? I don't know.
Oh.
Every time I bought cards, they've never come in just an envelope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'd be worried about them bending and stuff.
That's a big old box.
Whoa.
Which...
Is that an $8,000 Warhammer miniature?
I mean, you joke.
No, I do not. I do not joke at all.
To be honest, I haven't bought any Warhammer minis in a little while. I have a lot that I'd like to build and paint, and just don't have the space to really do so. And it breaks my heart every time there's a new model out, and I'm like, I shouldn't buy it. So instead, actually, I've just clicked of what this might be. It might be Warhammer. It might be a Warhammer book. So let's... Nope. It's coffee in a bag.
Oh, well, there you go. Not even close to Warhammer.
Nope.
I mean, if it was called Recaf, I think it would work.
Maybe. I forgot I bought this because I was like, I want to have access to just decent coffee at home. This is a cold brew thing, and I'm like, again, phones and computers that are just always listening. I was like, I gotta.
Right.
I bought that new coffee mug that I was telling you about on stream the other day. Go and check out our streams, people, when we play Rogue Trader. And so I got a bunch of ads for like, hey, do you want coffee in a goon bag? And you can just put it up in your fridge and always have coffee at home. Like a nice cold brew. So, yeah,
I mean, sounds good.
sounds good. So I thought I'd give that a try. I was not willing to commit to a scheduled purchase.
Right. Don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No.
But I will.
Everybody wants to be a subscription these days, and you can just say no. It's okay.
I'm just saying. The thing that annoys me is that I buy like microwave meals in bulk, right? Because if I buy like 25, I get 15% off. But they also only give free delivery if you buy it as a subscription.
Right.
So you can tell
they really want to sell you the subscription. We know.
Right. But like, okay, I can set it to every 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 week, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, or whatever. Or I can buy it at whichever one I want, get the free delivery, and then cancel the subscription. And I do that every time. Even if every 5 weeks is when I would order, like, I get 25 meals and I eat like 2 a week or whatever, and 5 weeks works out. I would never just leave that subscription running.
Right. There's no reason. Loophole.
Yeah. So I get the free shipping and then I just cancel it.
Right. Hey, as long as they don't catch on and start punishing you for it, works for me.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Warhammer.
Yeah, Warhammer. We read another Dan Abnett book called Sabbat, Martyr.
Yeah, look at you remembering the title.
I did not. I read it on the stream title.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm less impressed with you.
Come on. Well, again, it's another title that's like, this could have applied to several of the books that we've read.
It's a very Dan Abnett title.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Can I just say, we're just going to get right to the endish of the book. Number one, yes, is the ending abrupt? Number two, with about 100 pages to go, he's like, okay, get this. It's not just a regular war against Chaos, right? Chaos is going to send these specific 9 assassins to try to kill the Saint. We're going to introduce all of them. We're going to give them names sometimes, most of the time. And we're gonna give them their own point of view perspectives within these final 100 pages and these chapters. And then they're all dead. And I'm like, I don't think there was enough time.
Yeah.
I really don't think there was enough time to try to do that. Like, either say, hey, they sent 9 assassins against the Sabbat, against the Saint. And then we get them making the attempt and getting killed or caught or shut down, right? But I didn't need the interludes. I didn't need them sneaking through the city or going through the waterways or murdering other random Imperial guards. I just didn't care. But if he'd introduced them at the start of the story, right? Like, Chaos is coming, they send some early infiltration units in, and we spend the whole book with these characters, and they have setbacks, and they almost get caught, but then they don't, but then we spend a lot of time with them, and then when it gets to the culminating event where they're about to kill the Saint, I'm like, okay, I'm invested. This is crazy. Maybe they can pull this off. But the final 100 pages of the book, he's like, here they are.
Right.
They all failed. Thanks for paying attention to my characters. And I'm like, nope, did not work for me at all, sir. Okay, that's my rant.
No. I think it's totally fair because I was listening to this book, and it's
Okay.
the second time I've listened to it, and I was just thinking, how much better would it be if not Gol Soren Agin, had been arrested at the start of the book instead, right? And he's trying throughout the entire
Ooh.
book to be like, Gaunt, you got to listen to me. There are 9 coming, right?
Yeah.
And then you shift a little bit of that earlier, and you can build this momentum through it where you're just like dreading about like what is the 9, and then you find out it's 9 assassins, and then you can set them all up, and like the one who gets the most amount of setup is the Psychers, because that's Sek, I think his name is, and he's got these 2 little twin Psychers, and he's also on the ship, which is a cutaway to like the space battles, which was a neat addition. I thought that was enjoyable as like a thing Gaunt's not involved in, but we're gonna show it as like the broader picture. A little bit of space battle, I'm okay with it.
I'm again introducing characters who are all gonna die and we'll never see them again is tough. Like again, if you're gonna introduce something like this, introduce them earlier, give us some time with them. Don't be like, and here we are, and they're under attack, and now they're all dead. It's like there's some time for characterization, right? There's a little bit of that. Like some low-ranking officer, like they get attacked by chaos and the ship's blowing up, and he's like, now he's the one who's in charge because everybody else is dead, and he's like, well, I've often wanted to be captain of this vessel, but not like this.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great moment. But I can't tell you that guy's name. I can't tell you anything else about that guy.
You don't need to have his name.
If you're gonna do it, give me a little bit more. I know.
I think it works as a bite-sized thing. Like that's a great moment because Dan Abnett in like 4 or 5 pages made you feel like that was a great moment, even though you don't need to remember his name. You're not going to. I think that really works for Dan.
Right.
Especially in this book. So I don't have a problem with it, but I can definitely understand that like if you want to kill characters, killing characters that you also set up in that chapter is cheap.
Tough.
It's a bit cheap.
Yep.
And like I think it works, but I can totally get why it wouldn't for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it does overall. The things I'm complaining about, the fact that there are 9 assassins or 9 individuals involved in assassination plans.
Right.
That's a very specific thing. It's not 9 individual assassins. Some of the groups contain more than one person.
Right.
One team. That's 3 things. And the space battles. I think it does lend itself to making the book feel more sprawling and more epic than the previous ones.
Oh, okay.
It's more like, yeah, this is an all-encompassing. This is a big deal compared to the previous books, which seemed more localized, which again, Imperial Guard book, it's going to feel more localized. But I think he wanted to blow this one out and make it feel like a bigger, more spectacular deal. And I think he succeeded with that. I think I did come away feeling that way.
Yeah, I can definitely see that where it's like, okay, Eggs Cardinal, we don't even see the end of that fight before we're pulled out. And it's very much played as like Chaos is up to the game of an otherwise local planetary conflict between warring city-states. And now we have the return of the Saint, and this is the Sabbat World's Crusade, and now it feels like everything in the Crusade is at stake. And the book does that fantastically, I feel like.
Yeah, totally.
Totes.
Yeah, it's good.
How did you feel about the Saint?
And really, I thought it was a really interesting way for him to do it, where initially Gaunt gets the call that, hey, the Saint, she's here. She's appeared. She's calling for you. She's asking for the ghosts. She knows what you did on the previous world. She knows that you were there protecting her shrine, right? Protecting her relics.
Yeah.
And she's asking for you, and Gaunt's like, holy shit, awesome, let's go. And he shows up, and he's fully expecting to believe that it's the Saint, that this is a manifestation of the God Emperor's power and everything. And then gets there and is immediately like, nope, this is fake as hell. This is just the random girl that was hanging out with us. She doesn't have any powers. I don't feel any of the powers that I felt in my previous interactions with holy beings that I've had recently in these previous books. This is nothing like that. It's a fake. I'm going to call it out. You guys are trying to trick us. I don't appreciate it. Bye.
Right.
That's awesome. Like, that is such a great moment. And then for him to go be like, 180 flip, hey, she's the saint now. And it's like, wait, what? It's real now? Why? And the book's like, we're not telling you. It doesn't matter. She's the saint now. The power is real. And I was like, okay. I think that's interesting too.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, just all the way around, I really appreciate it. I appreciate that the saint is not some brainless, holy person without a thought in their head who's just here to conquer evil, and that's all that's going for her.
She's not a Mary Sue.
You're gonna say,
like, she's not Mary Sue or a Deus Mechanicus, like where it's like, well, we needed the Emperor to invest someone with power so we could win this fight. Like, it's definitely not that.
Yeah. No. Well, that's separate. And go ahead. She's
very much like important to the why and the how of things play out, and I genuinely feel the way Dan's written the book that if Gaunt, when he first meets her and is like, no, you're Sanyin, you're deluded, you're crazy, and he goes back and tells his command staff, and Zweil, bless his cotton socks, goes up and tries to get a meeting, and he's like, you're not the saint, like, I'm Isholi as well, right? Or Ayatani.
Yeah.
And has a stroke because it's like such a crippling moment that if something else that the Emperor was doing hadn't taken place, she would have remained just Sanyin. Like, and the rest of the book would have been thoroughly different. And there's the scenes with Bryn Milo where there's a woman who's bold and courageous and gets her neck broken, and he's like sobbing in a corner with his Tanith cloak covering this corpse, being like, and everyone feels this thing where it's like, I think was that really the saint who was reincarnated, was on Herodor, but died there and then inhabited Sanyin later, or is that just a coincidence and Sanyin really is it, but Gaunt and Zweil didn't feel it, but then later they do because she was doing obvious magic later. Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions here.
Right.
I mean, it's typical Warhammer manifestations of the Emperor's power stuff.
Right. It's ambiguity of faith.
Not well defined. There are no rules. Right. Yeah, and I mean, again, that's written on the walls of the conference room for everyone who's ever written for this. We do not define anything that could be considered a magic system in Warhammer. There are no rules. We can do what we want within certain strictures. We have those rules too, but it is timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly as can be, and we want it to be that way.
Yeah, but but being able to
we want the characters to not understand what's happening. We want the reader to not understand what's happening too.
Right, but like saying we want it to be wibbly-wobbly, this book doesn't feel wibbly-wobbly in a wibbly-wobbly way. It feels solid in that it's like...
No.
Or did you feel like this was very wibbly-wobbly, where it's like, oh, Dan's just throwing whatever at the wall each chapter and seeing what sticks?
No, I feel like it's well constructed and well written and well intended. But by wibbly-wobbly, I just mean in the sense that the characters don't really know what's going on entirely, and the reader doesn't really know what's going on entirely. In that way. We're not on solid ground because we're dealing with metaphysical, magical stuff.
Yeah, I felt like we were on solid ground because Gaunt is so much of a point of view character, where if he just goes, well, she's not the saint, we can very comfortably just go, she's not the saint. I understand this. Especially when he's having conversations with Lugo, where Lugo is just using her for political gain. And being like, I just gotta convince her to go to this other planet with the War Master. Still a terrible idea to have that title, but okay.
It really is. It really still is. Every time they say it, I'm like, we're still doing this? Anyway.
Yeah. And she's just like, no, I need to be here Because when she was saying, I need to be here, that's when we believe she was just Sanyan. She, even as Sanyan and not the BT, was still saying, I need to be here.
It's a good point. It's a great point. Yeah. So what? Was she privy to some future sight, to some prognosticational powers? Even if she wasn't necessarily inhabited by the saint at the time.
I'm gonna say yes, because near the end of the book, when everyone's dying, and you have Larkin being like, I'm gonna do this for Bragg. He would have wanted this. Those are all the people, and they mention this, all the people that in Honor Guard who heard the Saint's call then. And Sanyan was one of those people, right? So I believe that, like, if they're all having religious epiphanies, I don't see why she couldn't as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's interesting the religious epiphany is a broad scale military tactical decision. Right?
Yeah.
Right? That's the epiphany. It's like the enemies, if they're not partially held here, they'll win over in this theater and then we'll lose the whole thing. But if they're held here long enough, that gives time for the other theater to get a hold over the enemy, and then they'll come back and help and clear this out. It's this extremely terrestrial, grounded concept that is being revealed through the God Emperor, right?
It's more than that, even. It's this military strategy that's like, risk it all for a great victory, is like the line she has. But also Sanyan's epiphany in this, her religious experience, is pretend to be the saint to pull this off as well, right? You'll become the saint,
right?
But you're not the saint, but just pretend to be for a little bit and it'll all work out, you know?
It's important for Chaos to think that the saint is here in order for this plan to work. And whether or not the deity is here or not, it doesn't matter as long as they think she is. Yeah. Yeah, it's real interesting. I do like, too, and I was making this point earlier, I don't think I said it very well, but like just the concept that like she's still a human? Like she's still has ideas and can reason things out and can make arguments and can disagree with people and expresses a need for help from other people. And it's not just like a robot. It's not just a magical sainted robot who's here to save the day, you know?
Because there's a scene where she fights one-on-one with like a Bane blade, you know, and wins, right? Which felt like a thing out of
like backflips and slicing the turret off a Bane blade. Yeah.
Right. It feels like Dan was playing a game of Warhammer when he wrote that and was like, I gotta put this in a book, you know? Like he's got his own little sister's army and he rolls all sixes, you know? It's great.
It's amazing.
But if she had just won the rest of the battle without needing help from anyone, that would have been a problem. But when she's... But there is a little bit more of like the prophecy when she's like, I need Bryn Milo to come with me. He's actually really special. And it's like, okay, but you're the saint. You're saying you think he's special. Is your needing other people a real human thing? Or is it just the saint talking? Because the saint and the warp is like the emperor flowing through here.
Right.
The fact that she relies on a lot of other people throughout this is not just like, I need to have Bryn Milo. But, yeah, I think it's great. I think she's really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's my first time experiencing a saint within the Warhammer universe. Is this a thing that happens, or is this a one-time Dan Abnett thing?
You've maybe met a saint. You've maybe met two.
Okay.
In the Dark Imperium trilogy, when Guilliman comes back and he's fighting Nurgle and Mortarion in Ultramar. I think the first or the second book has this Imperial Saint woman who he's like, look, no, just stay here until the fighting's done and I'll sort you out later. But there's like a battle sister who's like, no, the Emperor gave me a great thing, and busts her out of jail by killing Space Marines and takes her to the front line. And
Right.
Guilliman's like, that's some kind of warp manifestation. We don't know if that was the Emperor or not. You took, like, maybe just, like, took a psychic to the front of the battlefield. Who knows if that would have helped? And it results in one of the great scenes where his like, faith militant advisor, this Matthew Frater or whatever his name is getting scolded by Guilliman, and he's like, oh, all the archives said Guilliman was of, like, docile temperament and just loves spreadsheets. What's he doing, yelling and raging? And he's, like, refusing to say, I didn't order her to do that, even though he's like, well, if I leave this shovel here, maybe a hole will get digged, I'll get dug. Right? That kind of, like, I just put the ideas next to each other. I didn't connect them. And Guilliman's, like, threatening to set this guy on fire. So you've met her, who was, like, a child who kind of quickly dies afterwards. Not much of a character. But at the end of the third Dark Imperium book, Matthew leads, like, a faith militant convoy to a chaos ritual on a train, and he only just barely survives. And at the end of the book, even Guilliman's like, I'll let the church name you a saint in your memory, right? Like, posthumously.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you had the time, go back and read those books and see if you feel like he's a saint throughout that book. Well, if he feels like a person or the same kind of thing.
Yeah. It's a great idea to stick one with Guilliman too, because like of all the people in 40K, like he's the one who's going to be like,
right.
I don't know about this, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fertile ground for some very funny stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Gol Collier got his memory back, and at the same time, Tona Creed works out that she's got his kids. And they have a moment where he's like, the Emperor protects, but when he's busy, Tona Creed does miracles. And they hug, and
aww,
it's all
heartwarming.
Nice.
He's like, it's good enough. My kids are alive and safe and taken care of. Okay, bye.
So,
problem solved. We're never going to talk about it again.
So, how do you feel about that as a parent? Because I know you were like, no, that's stupid. Yeah, right.
I think you can tell by my sarcasm on my last comment.
But what I will say, I think you may have missed that how long the books have been set apart from each other. In that this is, like, the Wovenhive, when Tona Creed adopted these kids, that's like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. Do you think the calculation change if the kids have been with their new parents for, like, more than 50% of their years at some point? Of, like, their life? Does Gol Collier have a point at this point? He might not have at the start, right? But, like, is his case getting stronger with time?
Yeah, and there is a point where it does reach that, right? Like, I've always thought about stories where, especially stories where, like, parents, mother or father, give up a kid when the kid's an infant. And then, like, 20 years later, they're like, yes, I'd like to get to know you. I'm like, no, doesn't count. Like, you didn't know this person at all. What are you talking about? You're the biological father or mother. You have nothing to do with this kid. Leave him alone. And even kids who are like, I want to know my real dad. I'm like,
Ray Palpatine.
I mean, for a kidney? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. I was rewatching Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Rey spends a lot of time being like, I gotta wait for my family. My parents are definitely coming back for me on Jakku.
But she doesn't have parents. If you don't have parents, then fine. Wait for your parents for as long as you want.
Okay, so as long as there's a substitution in there somewhere. Fair enough.
If you have loving parents who care for you and did everything that a parent should do for you, then they're your parents. Congratulations. You don't need anybody else.
Parents are a social contract.
Yeah, honestly.
Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I do firmly believe that raising your own kids, it's easier because you understand who they are on a different level because they are you in certain ways.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, I can look at my kids when they're struggling sometimes and go, oh yeah, I've been there. Like, I know how that feels. I've done that.
You don't think you'd feel that with an adopted kid? Like, if you
Sometimes, certainly.
Certainly. You just think there are things that are going to be very
Yeah.
specific to you that just aren't going to be replicated. Like, we've all sat down and been like, what is an A doing in math? Why are they writing letters with numbers? This doesn't make sense. And being like, oh, I remember when I was
Right.
struggling with algebra. But that's not the same as, like,
Right.
not wanting to
Not
get
the
a
same
bowl
as,
cut
like-
from your mother. You know? Being like, I remember that feeling when my mum gave me a bowl cut. Now I'm giving him a bowl cut. And he's reacting the
Yeah.
same way I would have, you know?
Right. I think there are some generalized human experiences
Mhm.
that anyone can relate to and anybody else, certainly. But I think it's more the ways that we think, especially with my oldest one. I look at him and see how he approaches problems and approaches situations. And I remember approaching similar situations as a teenager in the same way and seeing them in a certain way that was not the way it is supposed to be. Right?
But is
in
that
some ways that I struggled there. I don't know.
But is that a genetic reflection, or just having spent 18 years of his life being raised by someone who was you? You know?
Who was there the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard to separate that out.
Yeah. You should adopt the
Could
kid
be
and let us know
80-20.
in 18 years. Compare the pair, Falcon.
That would be incredible.
You need to do some science. Is it nature or nurture, Falcon? We need
Actually,
to solve the riddle for all of time.
Yeah. Actually, funny thing that happened at my family dinner yesterday. I was there, and my brother was there with his wife and their new little baby, who's like 4 months old, so like baby, right?
Right.
So I'm holding her because I'm like, I haven't held a baby in a while, and I'm holding her, and oldest comes to the party from work because he's late. He was working late. He shows up, and then my brother goes, "Hey, your dad got a new baby. There's a new addition to the family." And my oldest goes, "Nope," and turns around and walks out.
Oh,
He's like, "Not dealing with this."
that's great.
So we already know how he'd react to that news.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but for science, probably should do this. I'm sure there are studies on this where they've talked to people with adopted children and maybe some biological kids and they've been like, what's the difference here, right?
Right. It sounds messy, and like I think trying to do it deliberately maybe runs afoul of like the local ethics board being like, I want to adopt a kid just to experiment on them. So there's a YouTube channel with it's called like The Rest is Science, I think. And I would need to find the exact episode, right? But they talk about experiments you can do on your kids when you raise them. Because stuff like if you young kids, I think it's like if you get them to hold both their hands out as far as they can, right? And then you change their the way that, like, if you manually tilt their head, they will automatically raise the hand that they're looking at. Like, it's just like a reflex, and it's like you can do it up to about 5 or 6, and then they stop. You know?
Yeah.
And other things
That's
like
interesting.
Understanding their sense of self as a concept of like we don't all know the same information. Like if you have a marble underneath 2 cups or whatever, and the child sees it, but then you have another person walk in and go, and then you ask the child, which cup should they say the marble is under? They will assume that the person who didn't see it will still know because they don't understand that people don't know different things to you.
Yeah. Everyone has the same collective knowledge, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Those kinds of experiments, not quite like you should inject them with bleach and, you know, not those experiments. All right. Fun things you can do. Fun things you can do with kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, this is the problem with sociological science, is that, number one, you get into unethical regions real fast, and number two, humans are so complicated. There are 8 million different variables going on in any one person's mind and body and biology and brain chemistry and experiences, and
it's true.
trying to unravel that is impossible. You cannot figure out what makes somebody tick by just determining all the different variables and factors in their life because there's too many. It can't be done. So it's a soft science. It's considered a soft science for that reason. You cannot come up with hard answers for most of all of the questions they have.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think if you technically had enough computing power, you could do it, right? In the same way that, like, your brain is billions of electrons and neurons, like, synapses connecting, right? And if you were able to have a computer simulate those, then I think you have a computer that's thinking, right? And even if it's doing it at 1/100 times slower than, like, an actual brain, because computing power is not good enough, right? If you're mimicking those synaptic connections, you are getting a digital brain thinking. And at that, like, I'm just trying to take something that's very, very broad with, like, billions of variables that you can, if you can replicate it even slowly enough that you can have and account for all the factors, you can like, it's never going to be practical, certainly not now in lifetimes or in 1,000 years. I would wager that psychology and sociology and all those soft sciences like that are going to become hard sciences. Like, I don't think it's something we could do, but I do think it's probably theoretically doable, right?
Yeah, I'm just more worried about the chemistry. Brains aren't just neurons and electrical impulses. There's chemistry going on there too, which just adds another layer of, like, that we have to factor into the whole thing. But yeah, theoretically, figure-outable.
Yeah. I feel like if we can map all the synapses of the brain, we should be able to tell which signals are sending for, like, give them the dopamine now, right? Or give them the adrenaline. I feel like that's not going to be the hardest. It's more complicated than that. I'm simplifying, obviously.
Sure. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, Goal Collier and his kids.
That he is washing his hands of, effectively.
Yeah, I mean...
And they don't really say how old the kids are.
No.
At first, right?
Darlin...
They're not infants.
Darlin's pretty young. Like, I think he was in, like, a pram or, like, a pushchair or something when Tona rescues him.
Damn.
Like, very, very young. Not Darlin. Yonsei. Darlin's slightly older. I think he's, like, 5 or 6 when he gets rescued. And so we can assume he's, like, 11 now.
I'm just feeling like that's right on the edge. That is right on the edge of, like, yeah, I think he should tell them versus just let it go, man. That's tough. Because, like, 15, 16, 17, I'd be like, meh. And, like, 7 and 8, I'd be like, yeah. But 10 is like...
So I've seen...
I don't know.
I've seen some stuff on Reddit, and it's obviously... Reddit, to take it with a grain of salt, with people being like, so I found out today that my uncle Tony is actually my biological dad. You know, that he just had his kid, and like his sister took the baby because he wasn't, like, ready for it or whatever, and the mother died in childbirth or whatever.
Or my older sister's my mom.
Right.
And I didn't know until I was grown. Right.
And so I'm like, can you introduce him as Uncle Agan Sarek? I know, Goal Collier, excuse me, not Sarek. I get those two mixed up because they're both, like, big Vervenhive smelter dudes, or, like, mining dudes.
Right.
One's a psyker and one's just missing a part of his brain.
Which I think we need to say on the pod, I just want to say as an aside, you told me he'd get his memory back in the mystical healing waters, and I was like, pfft. But what I wasn't expecting was for him to be examined by a doctor and the doctor to go, your brain is still missing, but you're acting like it's not. This is fucking weird. I was like, wait, what? I'm still weirded out by this. It's amazing. And if it's related to the deity and it's related to the saint and the miraculous things that she's doing, do they have to stay near her or it wears off? What's happening?
Don't know.
What are the rules? There are no rules.
There's also another bit that I had forgotten about, in that the lock saddle can, like, smell the buildup of toxins that people secrete in their bodies, but he can't smell Goal Collier because he's considered new, like a newborn. after his rebirth and blessing from the BB.
That was cool. Then he kills it. And he's like, these aren't hard to kill.
So
he's a blank, right? He's a blank fighting a psyker.
Kind of, yeah. I'm wondering, like, in this manifestation of like the Emperor's power, only a mortal can only control it so much. If the Lock Saddle considers this guy to be like a newborn, can we get a book in like 50 years time where he hasn't aged yet and he's like, or just very, very slowly, where his powers, like the power that invested him, has maybe gone a little awry?
Yeah, I'd be interested in that. We could try that.
I'd be interested in that. Dan, just write books just for me, please.
Yeah, we're going to send you an email of things we'd like you to talk about in your new books. Thank you. Yeah.
So I can really only think of one more thing worth talking about with the book. But do you have highlights you want to go through or anything? Like, did you take notes?
Ron and his adorable little summer camp romance is adorable.
Yep, the fact that he now has a girlfriend who's like, do you want me to shoot Gaunt for you? And he's like, nope, either Chaos gets him or I do. But thanks for the offer.
He's like, but that's super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're psychopath adorable. Not a psychopath as Ku.
Yeah.
But nobody is, really. Yeah.
So we've gone from, man, these women are going to get me killed, to, you know what, I kind of like her. Jessie, she's great. You know, he's like giving her a little smooch in the middle of war.
Yeah, but he's always been into it. Mm-hmm. Like, his initial response to the women is like, these women make me horny and distract me all the time. Holy hell. It's just a continuation thereof. Nothing really changed with him.
Right, but what if he finds real
just pursued
love here?
That path.
What if he finds real love here, Falcon?
I mean, it'll be fine. I don't know. He's a ghost. He's probably going to die in the next book anyway. None of these people are going to live.
Imagine if Ron dies.
Find happiness while you can, Ron.
Yeah, because
why not?
Because Colin Corbeck.
Why wouldn't Ron die in the next book?
I feel like his feud with Gaunt is pretty important as like an overall story thing. Like the character drama between them.
I don't think it is.
I feel like it
is. because here's how you do it in the next book. Ron gets killed. Gaunt is there. Ron goes, "Oh man, I was going to kill you," and Gaunt's like, "I know, man." And then they have a last meaningful bro hug it out, and then he dies. You can clean up this storyline in 2 seconds. It's not that hard.
You can, but that would suck. That would not be very...
What do you want to happen?
I want to see...
He's already saved Gaunt's life. Like, where do we pull this? He's obviously not going to kill him.
Maybe he does. I would like to see maybe an assassination attempt from Ron. Maybe a little coup d'etat on the ghosts, you know?
We've already been there. He's already tried it.
Try it again.
Sort of tried it.
Try it again, but do it right. Put the bolt through him. Put a last bolt.
He doesn't want him dead anymore. That's the whole point. That's his character progression. He doesn't want him dead.
Maybe. Wait,
that's it. That's the end of the story. He doesn't really want him dead. He puts up a big face.
You're gonna eat those words. In the next book, you start reading about how Ron has killed Gaunt. Gaunt dies in the next book. Huh? Didn't see that coming, did you?
Not see that. No. The one person I think is not going to die in the next book is Gaunt. Anyone else is up for grabs.
Yeah, it's weird. The series goes from Gaunt's ghost with Sabbat Martyr to Ron's ghost in the next book.
No, they still call themselves Gaunt's ghost in his memory. They liked him a lot. They're just going to keep the name. It'll be fine.
It's true. That's, yeah. Colin Corbeck dies as character. We're talking about characters who died. This guy actually dies. Character who's a named character.
Honestly, he was like,
what?
And yeah, but he's like, I'm old and I'm tired all the time, and this kind of sucks, and I wish I could just not do this anymore. And you're like, he dies, and you're like, cool. Like, this is like the least traumatic death of any character in these whole books.
No. He was loved by the men. There were two whole books where Dan like wounded him, and like Gaunt is in panic meetings being like, what will this do to morale? And now he's really dead.
Right.
He is the Sabbat
And
Martyr.
every internal monologue with Korbeck is like, oh, I am so old. This sucks. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Right.
Everything hurts all the time.
But he's also like, I wish I could just get stuck in with the fighting. I don't want to be a colonel anymore. I just want to be a dog
I know.
soldier.
And then when he's fighting, he's like, I'm not as good at this as I used to be anymore. I don't know. I think he wants to die.
I don't think
and he gets it, and it's fine.
I don't think it's fine.
You don't think he wants to die?
I don't think he wants to get shot in the face by Kur. Spoilers for the end of the book. Colin Korbeck gets shot in the face by Kur.
No, he doesn't want to get shot in the face by Ku. He does not. That is accurate.
Yeah, so Ku gets psychically manipulated in attempting to make an assassination attempt on the BD.
And then Abnett tries his damnedest to make us think it's Milo.
Yeah. Briefly.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Okay. All right.
There's definitely
that's an
like
important thing. He
There's
tries to trick you.
There's a bait and switch because he hasn't mentioned Ku in a little while by that point. So there's a hope that you don't think, oh, it's definitely Ku, right?
Right. I didn't. It never crossed my mind.
Right. No, that's fair. Yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to go. I mean, again, I've read the books before, so I know it wasn't Milo. There's a moment where they also try to make Ron, but they're like, no, it doesn't work on him. He's got people around him who love him and like him, and this isn't gonna work. And then his next target, like, then tries to make it as Milo. It's like people like Milo even more than they like Ron.
Way more than they like Ron. That's what I was thinking. It's like, why? This makes no sense at all, but you're definitely trying to make us think it's Milo. Why? Oh, because you don't want us to think it's Ku.
Yeah, because you need to think it's someone.
Yeah.
Maybe
Dude, there's
the
a
other
great
option might have
moment.
been
We talked
Merritt.
about this on...
Yeah.
Totally could have been somebody in that crew, for sure.
Yeah, someone who beat Sarek for being a psycho. Yeah.
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 What a dick. Yeah, we talked about this earlier, but during Rogue Trader, I think. But there's the scene where Kolya's back, and Ku doesn't know. Right. And Ku tries to like treat him like shit, like he's been since he's been missing his brain. And Kolya's like, "Oh, is that what you've been doing? You've been just absolutely insulting and treating a wounded veteran like shit this whole time. Get out of here before I wring your neck."
Great scene.
And Ku takes this personally, as he does, and tries to assassinate Kolya on the battlefield, as he does. And Kolya's like, Ku's like, "Oh, I thought you were someone else. I thought you were the enemy." And Kolya's like, "Yeah, that's fair. Ku's not that much of a bastard." And I'm like, Kolya, buddy.
Right. Because he doesn't know that he's killed 2 people at this point.
He doesn't. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Larkin knows. At least about Bragg, not about Meryl.
You're right.
But
no.
Thank God Sark comes in with
a
message slip being like, "It's Ku, killer of Bragg, raper of women. He's the 9th person."
Yeah.
Okay. This might have been more important if Sarek hadn't gone to prison and busted out in the space of about half an hour.
Right. Because the power went out. Because the enemy is attacking.
Yeah, right. But I just feel like he was not on the battlefield for like half a scene, and then because he needs to be on the scene, Dan's just like, okay, and then he just leaves the prison.
Right.
But he doesn't die. He gets taken off by the black ships. We find out. Yeah.
Which he doesn't want to happen. He's terrified of this.
Yeah.
He probably wishes he was dead, honestly. Yeah.
Possibly.
Poor Sarek.
Poor
Sarek. A bad time.
Yeah. Precisely.
Alas, poor Yorick.
Alas, poor Yorick. Alas, poor Sarek. And then at the end, I guess the saint goes off and is like, "Bye, ghosts of Tanith. Except for you, Bryn Milo, you're coming with me." And everyone's like, "No, our lucky charm, he's gone." And they're sad because Gaunt's like, "I'll never see him again."
Gaunt's pretty okay with it.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, he's probably used to like people going off to war and never seeing them again.
Right.
Yeah.
So for a while there, I thought what was happening was that Sorek was like blacking out, writing these notes to himself, putting them in the thing, and then later he finds them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when he's in the prison, they're like, we took this thing off him 27 times and it always keeps showing back up.
Yeah.
So that's not what's happening at all.
No,
it's entirely different, whatever it is.
His prison cell is filled with like hundreds of little message papers, and they're like, we can't get that off him. Like, where are these coming from? We don't know.
We take it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not blacked out Sorek writing
No.
notes to himself at all, actually, in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's, again, warp magic. Sure. How? I don't know. Warp magic.
As long
Deal with it.
Is it interesting
Yeah.
to read? Yes. Does it need to make perfect sense and you understand how it mechanically functions? No. No.
I can't compare it. But again, there are guidelines for warp magic in Warhammer, right? Like,
Yeah.
warp magic can't do certain things.
I don't necessarily know. Like, what do you think warp magic can't do?
Can it create a whole new solar system out of nothing?
So, there is a thing that I've known about through lore videos, but I don't think is in a book. I think it's like a codex thing. That at the height of humanity's age of technology, we did have a thing, and it's considered technology, not necessarily warp, but if it maybe it used the warp to do this, it could create anything the user could imagine. So if you could imagine a solar system or an army, it could just apparate those into appearance.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember how that story ends. If it's just lost and the Imperium wouldn't use it now because people would imagine awful shit, or if they've never heard of it, or if it as a like wild piece of technology got chaos corrupted and is likely to just backfire. I don't remember what the deal is. So it's like it's a thing that theoretically exists, but it will never read a book about it.
No. I'm just wondering, do we have a comparable instance of warp magic creating I don't know. Creating prophecies on pieces of paper out of nothing, out of midair. You know what I mean? It's just, it feels so foreign to me as a concept. And I've read a bunch of books with warp bullshit in it. And I've never stumbled on anything before like this.
Where it's making something mundane. It's not like, oh, and this is the scroll of Scoliochrox, and it tells the future, and we don't know where it came from.
Handwriting.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the other thing. It's in Sorek's handwriting.
Yeah.
So here's what I think. I think Dan Abnett originally conceived it as Sorek blacking out and writing these to himself to later discover. And then he's like, a little too mundane. Let's spice this up. Right?
Yeah, I think...
It feels like that.
Maybe. Like, I can definitely see that because in AX Cardinal, when he's got his own little private quarters and one of the notes says, don't drink, Hark's coming. He looks over at his table and his message pad is there and it has 2 sheets missing. And so one was the timing of the bombs and the other one was Hark, right? And so it could be considered that he would just dream the future, write it, save these for later. That doesn't really explain how each of the pieces of paper got into the message shell at different times. So there's always been a little bit of a warpy thing to it, where these are turning up kind of magically. But it was still linked to his message. I don't know. I feel like in the...
Yes. Yeah. I feel like in the earlier books, it's entirely possible chronologically for it to be an example of Sorek blacking out, seeing the future, writing it down for himself, putting it in the thing, and then showing up later. There's never an example of like he reads a note and then 2 seconds later he has another one.
Well, no, the one about the timing of the shells,
Is there?
And one about the timing of the shells, and then which directions the enemy's gonna push from. And he's like, go line up east or whatever. He walks back into his little dugout, and he sees that the message paper has a second piece on it. Like, he hasn't had time to go back in there. This is immediately post-action, because that's why Hark's coming to be like, congratulations, your
Right.
squad did the best. He hasn't had time to black out there.
Right.
But he sees that a second one has
Okay,
now
so there
been...
are examples of tough chronology.
Yes. And we also get a lot admittedly in this book, where he says it's been going on for a lot, and maybe we in the other books did not get all of them. Like, we didn't see every time it happened. It's backfill. I'll admit that Dan Abnett is backfilling there to be like, I was getting loads about lots of stuff, you know.
Totally. I didn't tell you about it at the time, but I was.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. So bottom line,
these could just be teleporting.
They grade him out as
as a beta level psycho.
It's him though. He's a beta level psyker.
Right.
It's not some warp bullshit being enacted upon him. He is a psyker. Right?
Yeah.
Or if can you be just close enough to the warp bullshit that the test thinks that you're a grade B psyker?
Sure, why not? Right?
Yeah, I know.
Here's the thing: it could be him as a psycho, right? What if we find out that in like 3 or 4 books' time, they go to like a psychic facility and they've got him chained up, and he's just writing message pad after message pad and putting them in the thing, closing it, opening it up, and it's gone, and he's got to send them to himself from the future.
Ooh, we close the time loop.
You can probably pretty safely assume that doesn't happen, because I wouldn't spoil that.
That will never happen.
Yeah.
No.
But
yeah,
that could be what's happening.
Well, but then
or is it a demon writing it to him, using his psychic connection as access to the physical realm?
Except, as Gaunt says, demon shit never tells the truth. Demon shit lies all the time, but every one of the prophecies is true.
Well, demons can tell the truth, right? They like to lie.
But
they lie
is
tons.
a demon going to... I know, but are they going to constantly, for years and years, tell the truth every time?
Maybe.
In this little thing they're doing? I don't think so. That is against their entire nature.
Yeah, this is free run demons.
What?
Could demons lie for years and years to get on the inside?
Yes, we're talking Warhammer demons, though.
Right.
Like, I'm just remembering, like, Magnus interacting with demons during the Horus Heresy and being like, yeah, you fuckers lie all the time.
But
That's what you do.
He still got his entire legion to have little demon associates that they were like, oh, these are just our tutelaries. Yeah. They're not really demons. They're helpful little magical things to show us how to use the warp better. And then later on, they were like, oh, we've bound ourselves with demons. They're taking control of us. This was a feffing terrible idea.
Right.
So demons lied then.
So do you think they were constantly telling the truth?
I don't think those
in order to enslave.
I don't think demons have to be oracles in which you ask questions and get truth from. Those demons were
definitely not.
Were being used as friendly assistants. Like, we see some using telekinesis to like field strip their bolters or whatever. But they definitely hid the fact that they were evil things. There was an act of deception being played so that they would be ingratiated into the legions. Well, the legion. Because if the first one summoned a tutelary and it went crazy and tried to kill him, the rest wouldn't do it.
True.
I think that's pretty simple chain of events, right?
So as far as it relates to Soric, though...
I'm just trying to think of other...
I don't know if it can be a demon. Like, I just don't know what the purpose is for a demon to, like, take the time to send truthful messages to this poor guy for years and years and years and years.
Okay.
And save his life and all of his friends constantly. Like, why?
If the Emperor can send Sanyan a magical divine revelation to pretend to be a saint to alter the playing boards of a multi-planetary invasion front to be like, we need to do this, otherwise the Crusade will stall and fail and we'll all die. Could a demon not do the same thing where it's like, I need to keep this guy alive to get him in a place so that we can win a greater victory. Like, I can use this guy.
I know, but that doesn't happen. To what end? All he does is get true prophecies that save the lives of his friends and loved ones the whole time.
Right, but...
Like, if there's a future victory that he's been aiming for that happens after he's taken by the black ships, fine. Tell us that story.
Right, but what if this
is... the whole multiple book run, it doesn't do anything but save ghosts.
Right, but what if it, like, what if the black ship's getting him is ending the demon's plans? It's foiling them at this point. Like, what if we've actively
So the demon
disaster?
had a plan.
Maybe.
And was like really happy with how things were going.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you if...
But he tells him to confess to Gaunt.
What if that's what he wants?
Nope. No. Okay, but again, if it foils the plan that he ends up with the black ships, you don't tell the Colonel Commissar.
What if they know that we know, but we don't know if they know that we know? Like, okay, so I can tell you right now if he ever turns up in the series and what his whole shtick is at the end. Like, I can tell you if there's a demon on the other end of this if you want. Like, I can...
I mean, I would bet money that... I'm going to bet money he shows up again.
Uh-huh. Probably a good bet.
And that's it. Yeah.
You think he just
but
is
don't
like,
tell me the
hi,
rest
ghosts.
of it. We'll get there.
Hi, ghosts, it's me. And they're like,
No.
oh, the psych is back. Like, how about this? I will frame that thought as we have seen regiments of guardsmen having their own personal psychers that come from their own culture. And Sorek being added as an addition would make sense. That is a thing you could reasonably expect at this point to happen.
As a licensed psyker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that what you're saying by
enough.
he'll come back? Is that what you mean? Like, he'll show up again?
No.
Okay.
I think Abnett is very willing to give us a... Here's a weird storyline of Sorek on a black ship, right?
Yeah.
Or here's Sorek in some, nascent psyker facility being tortured or whatever, trying to figure out what's going on. Even while the goats are, light years away and on the other side of the galaxy. I could see him doing that.
Right. Give him a little spin-off book, short story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as coming back to the ghosts, I could see that too at some point. Anyway.
It's fair.
Anywho, good stuff. Good book. Lots of stuff in there. And again, it's characters. It's characters that make books, in my opinion. If you have good characters that the readers can connect to in some way, whether they hate them or they love them, you did a good job.
Yeah.
The story is less important, I think.
For sure. And
can I just say Lugo?
Yeah.
Like, the worst. Can I just... The fact that a Chaos Dreadnought makes an attempt on the life of the Saint, and Fethin Ibrahim Gaunt stabs it in the back and tries to kill it, and Lugo is paralyzed with fear, scrambling to get away, in front of really important people. Like, is this the end of Lugo? It should be the end of Lugo. It probably isn't, though. That's not how this works. That's not how politics works.
I'm trying to remember where Lugo turns up in the next couple books, and
Interesting.
It might be the end of Lugo as just like a recurring character. I don't know that he gets like he gets killed, for being a coward. There's a couple of times in this book,
demoted at least.
Right. Gaunt says is like, I need to rally the defense here. Nobody else is going to do it. The other guard captain is dead. Lugo is in the grips of fear. He is actively saying he gets gripped by fear. And so there's a book upcoming where they go and they're talking about a traitor general, right? And I got that general confused with Lugo a lot.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because that general has lost his memories, and there are no healing bathwaters for him.
Tragic. Hate it when that happens.
Yeah,
or it doesn't happen.
I'm worried I may have just spoiled the book unintentionally because I do not remember that book very well. I remember liking it, But I'm worried that the book was going to play a twist on you, that it's Luger or maybe it's not after his events here.
Right.
And I'm very worried I've
Right.
just spoiled that for you, and I'm sorry if I have. I did not intend to.
It's a fun one.
It's a fun one.
It's a fun idea. I'll probably forget about it if we ever get there,
Well,
honestly.
it depends, because we're at a time where do we spin the wheel or do we keep going with Gaunt's Ghosts? Are we on a roll with Ghosts? And we've only got 1, 2, 3, 8, 9 books, 2 spin-offs, and a
17.
handful of short stories. Yeah.
I kind of want to just keep going with Ghosts. I'm having a good time with Ghosts.
Hell yeah.
Abrupt endings, nonetheless.
Fair. Okay, so the next...
I want to point out again, this also has an abrupt ending.
It does. The book that we...
that's all.
The anthology that... Oh, God. The book Trader General is the next book. I maybe spoiled the next book. Fuck me. The anthology that you can get the next 4 books in is called The Lost by Dan Abnett. A Gaunt's Ghosts Omnibus. Let's see if I can find that on...
Lost Dan Abnett.
Yeah.
A Gaunt's Ghost Omnibus. 2018.
Probably. I'm noticing on Amazon the cover art is of the new style. Like if you looked at like these on the Lexicanum,
Yeah.
The Gaunt's Ghost had like this very early 2000s, late 90s Warhammer art where everything's like really grim and dark and awful. And then they later got updated like this new art where Gaunt, it just looks very painting. Like it's very nice. I like it.
There's color.
There's color.
Yeah.
Right. Do you get the one with Gaunt pointing his gun kind of off to the right and clearly Tona Creed with her bayonet las gun looking the other way?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's Tona Creed, I believe.
Looking good.
Looking good.
Like your under eye
war paint.
Something. You look like a linebacker. Yeah. It's a football thing, that American football thing she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. So next book is in fact Trader General.
Sounds good. Purchased.
Excellent.
But you're not even sure if it is him, though.
I remember being confused, thinking it's Luger, right? And I don't remember if it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember if it is or if it isn't. It could be Luger. That'd be great. Okay. I could look up Luger's Lexicanum page and see if he gets cited in the sources of Trader General if you want. We can...
It's fine. We'll read it and we'll talk about it. We don't have to look things up to see what's going to happen. We're going to read it now.
No, Falcon. Let's not read books. Let's just read the wiki. It's great.
Yeah, right. Can do.
Yeah. Ugh.
All right. Cool. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, let's wrap this up. What a friggin', how long is it? 2 hours and 48 minutes. What's our record?
Like 2 hours and 50 something? We've never had one go. Do you want to fill 12 minutes of time to get to 3 hours?
No, I want it to be legitimate.
All
right.
I'm not saying it's illegitimate. I'm not saying we just sit here and go, I'm like, I can find something to talk about.
I can too, but if we're doing it just to pad the time, it doesn't count. So that's going to be it from us today. This has been Falcon Paladin and Somicron coming at you with yet another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour. We are streamed live here at twitch.tv/Somicron. You can support the pod here by subscribing with a Prime account or just with regular money. You can also support the pod by going to youtube.com/@Somicron and subscribing there as well, which would be very cool. What's up, Albran? I want to read MGA Innocent. Wait, what are you talking about, Albran? I don't know. Anyway, You can also support the pod at patreon.com/Somicron. So there's merch at FalconPaladin.store too. So we'll be back in a week, maybe on time, probably. I don't know what the future holds, but be here, be square. We'll be talking about Trader General. That's part of the Gaunt's Ghost series. We're enjoying it. Read along if you want.
Please
and if
do.
not, that's cool too. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for hanging out, and goodbye.
Bye.